Welcome to South Harmon. Welcome to South Harmon. Hey, welcome to South Harmon. We glad you here today. Another AMA. Ask me anything. Super chat is cool if you wanna pay to play. Like and subscribe, that's what we really appreciate. Let me introduce you to the tear down king. Mike McNutted, ask your questions, he'll answer anything. ATM, you know Adam, put them graphics on the screen. Glad you tapped in now, stay tapped in for the team. Hey, everything is posted. Go follow the socials. South Harmon FF tag us if we get noticed. Welcome to South Harmon, we glad you here today. Welcome to South Harmon, we glad you here today. Another AMA. Welcome to South Harmon, we glad you here today. Welcome to South Harmon. There we go. I ain't got that music playing in the background when I press that unmute, so I gotta sing it myself sometime for y'all, man. But
sometimes you do. Sometimes
it's all good, man. You know, sometimes like the acapella version. You know, they might like that a little better. So
it's a little drums.
That's it.
Beat.
That's it. How you feeling though, Mike?
I feel great, man. How you doing, Fizz? Peter Work jersey tonight. I love it.
Man. You know, anytime we talk college, bro, I'm gonna upgrade my college jersey game because I got a lot of stuff that I really want. So I know you got you. That's what you got me in. If you ain't got me nothing else in jersey, bro, I know you got me in that college game. So I ain't mad at you.
I got a few.
You a little inspiration. You an inspiration for me. So but this right here was just so hard to find, bro. I looked for years to find this, and I randomly came across it. It's the old style. It wasn't like the new style jersey. It's literally the replica one. So anytime I get a chance to wear it for no reason, I'm going to wear it. So that's why I like it tonight.
I like it, man. College football stream a little bit. We talking about it?
Yes, sir.
The Ohio State. Represent for Adam. It's Adam's week. Adam had his baby. Beautiful baby girl. Congrats to him.
ATM, man.
Yeah, congrats to him and his wife, man. Big moment for them. Number two, his life is so fucked.
Hey, I'm sure he's happy though. You know, right now he don't get no sleep anyway. So
he definitely ain't getting no sleep now.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's regular programming for him right now, so he all good with that.
Ooh, he's so fucked.
Yeah, for real.
He got 2 kids now, 2 girls. He's a girl dad through and through.
Look, so y'all besties right now, right? I pop that back one up.
Yeah,
y'all should be besties. I mean, y'all got all the girls, man.
All the girls.
I snuck. My son came out of nowhere on me, man. But he here, so I ain't mad. You know what I'm saying? I ain't expect him, but he here. I got me one, so we good.
Nice. How about this NCAA?
Yeah.
How many hours you got in so far? 50?
Man, listen. Like I was just telling you earlier, man, when it comes to this game, I still haven't played. Other than the Dynasty mode, I'm literally just running with the created quarterback that I made. And forget all that slow process, get a 59 overall and build my way up. Man, give me the 79. I'm waiting 8 games, and I'm starting the rest of my career, man. I ain't got time to be building my career, man. I ain't trying to be in college, man, no longer than I need to be. You know what I'm saying? So
I love it. You just skipped it right to the front of the line.
Yeah. No question, bro. I mean, now when I regroup and do it over, then all right, cool. I might switch it up, change. It might even change positions, but quarterback is always going to touch the ball, and I need to make sure I'm starting by, like I said, my freshman year. So it wasn't no question with me on what I wanted to do or how I wanted to come off. So,
man,
you got a chance to start a Dynasty? I know you've been playing.
I'm playing the shit out of Dynasty. I haven't started Road to Glory yet.
That's what I meant. Road to Glory. That's what I meant.
I haven't started my journey towards the Heisman, but Dynasty, man, I've been missing this thing for 11 plus years at this point, and I just can't stop. Stop. So, as soon as I get home, do whatever I need to do, handle my business, pick them sticks up.
Nah, for sure.
Hop on, do a show. You know, the minute the show's over, right back to it.
Yeah,
Let's
soon
go.
as we get off this, I'm going right back on the sticks, bro.
Right
so you
on.
ain't gotta tell me. I played 2 matches before we started this, so I was down to the wire, man. And just so y'all know, man, we got Matty Kiwoom coming through tonight. He gonna be a little late, but he coming through too. So
Let's go.
you know, so you ain't the thumbnail wasn't wrong. I ain't just adding random people, man, because they look good. All right, you know what I'm saying? I know the ladies might want to check my boy out. He'll be here soon. You know what I'm saying? No worries about it.
He's a good looking fella.
No worries about it, man. You got that Massachusetts Boston accent. You know what I'm saying? He sounded like he was on the town robbing banks and all that good stuff, man. So you know what I'm saying?
Park your car in Harvard Yard.
That's it. Mike got it down pack.
Let's go down and fuck up some smart kids.
Hey, look, that's my movie too, man. I watch that every time it come on. I don't care what part. They could be in the ice ring getting the money, and it's like 20 minutes left. I'm still watching it. Don't matter to me. So
Great movie.
I love that movie, man.
One
I love
of my
that
favorites.
Movie. That's it. So anybody that's in here, man, have y'all been playing the game, man? Y'all let us know in the chat, man, how y'all feel about it. I mean, me and Mike are PlayStation guys. You Xbox guys, sorry, we won't never play you. Don't know what to tell you, but
I think you can do crossplay on like head-to-head matchups.
I did see something about crossplay, but I thought they said they weren't gonna be able to do cross. Maybe that's maybe for the Dynasty.
No online dynasties crossplay, okay. I guess.
All right. Cool. That makes sense.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
But you can still catch these hands.
Nah, for sure. And today is
I say that with no idea whether or not I'm good or not on the other fucking
But today is the official release, right? I think today
official,
is for people that didn't want to, pre-order and.
I said for all the poor people.
Yeah. And I'm gonna say for the people that couldn't play during the work week, man. They want to wait till Friday and play. You know what I'm saying? They said it wasn't worth it if they couldn't play it on Monday. So
it's a one time I looked at it, man. I've been waiting for this game for so long. The diehards were like, I don't even give a fuck about Madden. I'll pay the extra money just to play this thing now.
I have no clue when I'm gonna play Madden, man. So
maybe never.
Hey, look, like you said though, I think last week. Maybe on like a after Thanksgiving game, you're like, let me see what this game about. But I won't be running to the sticks playing no Madden no time soon, though, man.
On the actual gameplay, defense is still like fucking impossible.
Listen, you hear what Tunchi saying about you, Mike, man. You already throwing shots at you, man.
That's fine, man. That's fine. I tried with a few things, so I got my one I'm streaming, the Iowa Dynasty. Of course, that's my team. I got to play with Iowa, but I've been dabbling with a little South Carolina fizz.
Mm-hmm.
Lenora Sellers, Nick Harbor. Oh my God, those guys are cheat codes on offense.
Listen.
But it's an SEC defense, and even when I play cupcake schools, they still fucking rock me. I got SEC athletes on defense. Don't matter.
Yeah.
It's got this weird glitch, at least on defense too, and I got to figure out what the setting is. But sometimes when an offense puts anybody in motion, like your defensive backs, your corners want to like swap the entirety of the field. Like, what the fuck? Where are you going?
Exactly.
Your fucking man's over here. Why are you running to the other hash? So yeah, defense is definitely needs a little tuning. Maybe it's just me. Maybe it's a little bit of the game. Either way, still having a blast.
Nah, for sure. I'm looking forward to playing somebody online. Still haven't done it yet. Looking forward to it, man. You might be my first match. I don't know. I played my son, so does that count? I beat him like 38. He did score on me one time though. He 5 and he didn't know what he was doing. He just pressed buttons real fast and he scored on me. I think it's because I knew he was gonna run it and he ended up throwing it and my blitz didn't work. So he got me, man. But once he scored, he said he won. I said, all right, bro, we done, man. It's all good. Score is 38-7. You win. We got it, man. We going up out of here. So.
Do you ever see that video gif? It's on TikTok a lot, but it's like everybody who's like our age, middle age, who grew up on NCAA football. Like when it launches, there's this dad. He's standing in front of the TV and he's got his older son there, and like the loading screen pops up and he's like, "Y'all don't know nothing about this. You about to fucking get it. You about to catch it."
Nah, like, for real. Hey, look, I've been seeing dads post pictures all week, man. My son. I beat him 138-0, man. He thought he was good. Like, dang.
You don't know. Take your ass back to Call of Duty.
Well, I will say this, though, man. Is no such thing as playing on All-American. I don't care how good you think you are. It's not happening, Mike. I'm not going to lie to you. If I play on All-American and I lose, I do not care. I don't feel bad. It won't hurt my feelings. It's rough, man.
It's hard.
It's
It's
rough.
hard. They definitely didn't make a pushover.
But one thing I will say about the game, I like that it feels fun. Like if you scored 140 points, it's okay. Like it feel like college. It don't feel like, oh my God, he broke 20 tackles on this play. How is that even possible? Like
Right.
it feel like if he broke those tackles, it's fun. You know what I'm saying? Like they made it fun. They didn't make it too serious that you get hit one time and you tackled it. You know what I'm saying? Like you breaking endless tackles on that game, and I ain't gonna lie to you.
I discover new animations all the time, just playing, just randomly. So then I'll go back and I'll watch the replay just to kind of look at it. But there's some new stuff on there. The player abilities that they have that are kind of baked in, just starting to dabble into like what some of this actually does.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, like when you get certain ones unlocked, I'm in year 2 of my South Carolina Dynasty, and Nick Harbor and Lenore Sellers progressed. Both those guys got some new abilities. Like they got this, Lenoris has got this, and his spin animation is so disgustingly nasty. Think like in real life, what I could compare it to is you remember that run like Lamar had versus the Bengals a few years back?
Yeah. Yep.
Where you could just split people, and it looks so damn smooth and nasty. It's disgusting. It's disgusting.
Yeah, see, bro, that's what I'm missing out on, man. I'm gonna start a dynasty tonight, bro, because I've been on that road to glory for so long. I can only control one person, so
Right.
I haven't had the feel of throwing the ball and then pressing the receiver to press X and catch it. Like I've been, or press square to catch it. Like I just been literally throwing the ball. That's it, and I sit there in the pocket and watch them do the work. So I haven't gotten a chance to enjoy the feel of the game because I've only played one mode. Like I said, I played against my son. I don't really count that, but that road to glory, bro, I love it so much, man. Because I progressed. My first season, I wasn't that good. I ain't gonna say I was trash, but I wasn't that good. Second season, we won the championship, and now I think I'm like 9-0 right now coming in, but it's not like a fluke 9-0. Like I'm learning the game flow. Like get rid of the ball quick because the corners they're gonna run to that ball fast. So get rid of that ball quick. I don't care if the route is ran or not. Like you got to almost like how they say quarterbacks throw the ball before the receiver get there. That's pretty much what you got to do on this game, because if you wait too long and throw it, they either gonna run out of bounds or somebody gonna intercept it. So if they got a route and they going in, and you got to throw that ball before they even turn, and then they catch the ball and do what they do. So I'm enjoying it, man. I'm having a blast. I can't wait to get back on there after this show, man, for real.
I love the recruiting on the Dynasty too. They improved it so much. It's I'm starting to get the hang of it. The transfer portal at the off season is so crazy. It's not as easy as you think too, because you got to keep all your players happy. For example, and of course I can't play defense for shit, so my offense was amazing. South Carolina was averaging like 40 points, 45 points a game. Defense is giving up 35, even to like turds. So when you get to the offseason, the transfer portal, like you got your own players have deal breakers, and especially the defensive guys. I lost like 7 dudes on defense to trade. They're like, fuck this, we out of here. This defense is junk.
Damn.
I ain't fucking playing here. Peace. Like it's a team that went to the national championship game and lost. And the defensive players are like, nah, fuck you. Of course, all my offensive players are happy, and then Isaiah Bond wanted to transfer to South Carolina because he wanted to be a part of it. So now I got Isaiah Bond in my second year playing with Nick Harbor. It's like,
that's fine.
Defense still junk.
Yeah, but that's what I'm
saying.
That's what I'm saying, man. It really puts you in that GM mode. Like you feel like it's almost feel like running a dynasty team almost. Like really, like you playing on fantasy and you got the sleeper app, but you doing it on a controller. Have you played the coaching one yet, or you literally playing with the players?
Playing with the players. I'm gonna dabble here. I think with the coach I want to do it, but it might take a little slider adjustment. You know what I mean, to kind of make it as realistic as possible. Because that's the end goal for me, is to start one where everybody, the only thing we do is just play coach mode, where you can call the plays, you don't actually control anything, and we're just going to be glorified head coaches. But I want to play with the sliders and the settings so the stats and everything feels realistic. We don't have anything too crazy, and kind of see what that's about. And I think that'll be something that if we can get it right, It's gonna be fun, man. I might run some of those leagues for we'll put $50 in a league safe a piece, kind of like a fantasy league. And
yeah, man, I'm with it. I mean, we can find 10 to 12 people to do that. I mean, it's 100 teams, but I'm just saying, everybody run their game that week, and because there's no time limit. I mean, I think as long as everybody plays for that week, it don't matter what time you do it. So it's not like oh man, I'm busy today, I can't play. Well, let's do it tomorrow. So.
Yeah, we'll put some ground rules on it too for the maybe we all got to start with 3-star or lower teams.
Yeah. No,
Let's get some Middle Tennessee State up in here.
Yeah, and it'll make you do some homework too, man. Make you look around and figure out what guys you like, what guys you don't.
I did find the other thing I like doing is just kind of going through the college rosters and their ratings and find some guys that are under the radar. I think C2C leagues have helped me at least with the offensive players identify them. But I'm looking at Central Michigan for one, and their backup quarterback, Bert Emanuel Jr. We drafted him on our C2C team. He's listed as the backup. The starting quarterback, interestingly, used to play at Iowa, Joey Labus. But Bert Emanuel, on that game, has got 91, 92 speed at quarterback. Ridiculous running ability, and I'm like, if I got to start with a 3-star and build him up, I might rock with Central Michigan, huh? Chippewas.
I'm learning that scrambling thing, man, because I was not the best at one point, man. Now I'm getting used to it now, man. Learning how to run on the fly and throw it, it just feels so. It feels like backyard ball, man. It don't feel like Madden. Madden is not always realistic either, but it feels a little more stiff as a game. This right here, bro, it just feel like fun. It don't feel like, work. It feel like I clocked out of work and I'm about to have fun. That's what it feels like.
The new pass, and I'm getting better at the new passing mechanics too. And once you start to get the hang of them, they're so damn rewarding. Back shoulders fades actually work now, throwing back shoulder balls. So if you can read that coverage and that defensive back's right on that guy's hip, but shaded on the inside and not looking at the quarterback. I think on PlayStation it's L2, and then for example, if the receiver was on your left, L2 and then down and to the left and rifle that in there, and that receiver animation on the back shoulder is deadly. It's deadly if your receiver's decent.
So how many teams have you actually ran with?
So I played a couple games, just play now, because I wanted to see all the different atmospheres and stuff that they had. I wanted to see what Virginia Tech's walkout, run out music was. See if they really had some sort of Enter Sandman in there. It's kinda. They must not have got the music rights to that song, so I get it. Yeah. But I kind of wanted to see some of that, what the atmospheres were like. Played with a lot of South Carolina. Played with Iowa. Played with Bert Emanuel in Central Michigan, just in a quick play now game to see what he was like. And then Ohio State. I want to see what that freshman phenom Jeremiah Smith, our number one pick in our C2C league, what he's like. And he's nasty as a freshman.
Yeah, man, because I was telling my boy, Mr. Boy, we was talking, and I was like, yeah, man, Mike, man. I was going in thinking one way. He was like, no, we not missing out on him right here, man. We got to get this guy.
Ride or die.
Ride 100%, man. He's a freak. He's crazy, man. He's going to go crazy on him. So I'm glad you brought him up, because I'm definitely looking forward to seeing him this year for sure.
Yeah. Slim no put me on blast here. Know your league.
Hey.
All these weirdos valuing tight ends in a 2 tight end best ball might as well take Brock Bowers.
Oh, yeah. You got a draft now?
Yeah. Last rookie draft of the year. Finally just got underway today. Okay. Defending champ, by the way, Slim No, so make sure you address me properly.
Hey,
I will take I'll take your grace, your highness.
Come on now, you gotta show some respect for the king now. You know what I'm saying?
Hey. But I did have the 108 pick from a trade that I think me and Slim No did earlier.
So do you still have your pick too?
No, I traded my pick away in season to make sure I won that thing. But then in the off season, I traded him, I think Justin Herbert, essentially for the 108 and Deshaun Watson.
Oh, okay. Now I was just wondering if you had the 112 and the 108.
Nope. I don't think I pick again until 212 or something.
Okay. All right. So what you do? I know we in the C2C league, and for those that don't know about the C2C side of fantasy, get them a little insight on that though, Mike. Kind of, we don't got necessarily to talk about our team, but this my first time even engaging in it. I didn't know much about it. And Mike kind of just threw me in and said, "Hey, man, you want to join?" And the best part about when you added me, it literally was from the beginning. So it wasn't like you threw me in 20 picks down the line. You know what I'm saying? Like we literally from pick 1, when you took Kyler Murray on the NFL side, I was right there. So I got to see the whole process and kind of understand the ins and outs. Because honestly, I thought it was just we're taking players in college and it just carry over to the NFL, but it never hit me that we're playing an actual season and it counts. Because when I said, all right, maybe we going 3 rounds, and I'm like, hold on, this thing like 50-something rounds, bro. What the hell going on? It never hit me until I actually saw once we got to the regular order of that draft, that rookie draft or the college draft, that, oh, damn, this is a separate league, but they all go together. So kind of give, the people a little insight on that, man, that don't know much about the college side of drafting. And I mean, you want to talk about our league a little bit, man. Just let them know how that works.
So it's really just a giant dynasty league that starts 4 years earlier than you're used to, right? You start when these guys be college freshmen and enter in 18 years old. But there's essentially 2 separate leagues. For ours, the total pot of the league is split 50-50 amongst the champions in each league. That also pays out second place for each, but the pot's split right down the middle. So if it's a $1,200 entry, or $1,200 in the pot, $600 goes to the winner of the NFL side, $600 goes to the winner of the college side.
Yeah.
We got some different rules, our specific ones, but essentially all you're doing is playing 2 separate leagues, but instead of it being Devy or like your NFL rookie draft is the only way you get those guys in, as they graduate from college and go on, not graduate, but leave college rosters and go to the NFL, those guys follow you over to your NFL side team. So you play in 2 leagues simultaneously, but the rosters are connected. They're connected by the NFL draft. So on the NFL side, normally, I'll say the rookie draft that we're used to in Dynasty, most of those guys are going to stink.
Yeah.
Like, most of those guys are dudes that because the college side, if it's deep enough, like there shouldn't be too many players that fall through the cracks. Now, occasionally there's 1 or 2, but they're going to be like traditionally kind of the first 3-4 picks, maybe like 3rd round type rookie players, give or take. On the college side, really what to get talent on your team is going to be the college supplemental draft, which you can treat it like a rookie draft, but your rookies are incoming freshmen, right? Or maybe guys from the year before that transferred to a bigger school. Maybe they went from a smaller division to now FBS and they're playing at a big-time school. Cam Ward would be an example. You didn't get him as a freshman because he was playing at, what the fuck, was like Sacred Heart or some shit?
Yeah,
no, whatever the fuck that was he was playing at. And then he went to Washington State and now and so forth. So, yeah, for ours deep-ass roster, 55 rounds we drafted on the college
I saw
side.
that, bro. I said, man, what the? Because I thought going in, like, all right, whatever the rookie picks that we took in that NFL draft, well, that was going to be the end of it. And then when we went to the next round, I'm like, oh, damn, it's going to keep going? I thought it was like 3 rounds until we just kept going and kept going. That's when it hit me. This must be a separate league, and then it carries over. So now I see why you took who you took with the first pick, because you have a side where you can still win, even if you lose in the NFL side. But once that player carries over to the next league and becomes a Marvin Harris S, you know what I'm saying? Like one of those type players, now you got him in the NFL and you won with him for 3-4 years in the college side. So I like that, man, concept, man. I'm glad you put me on board with that one, bro. I needed that.
So essentially what we did in our league, Fizz, is we took a couple quarterbacks early. We took Drake London, and then we took as many college startup picks as we possibly could. So our NFL roster has 2 quarterbacks, has a wide receiver, and then a bunch of shitters, right? We just took old, crusty production vets after they ran out of college startup picks. And on the college side, what we did kind of strategically, but we took a lot of guys early in our first picks, like probably our first 5, 6, 7, 8 rounds that were not necessarily the best college producers, but have the best chance to go on to future NFL success, right? To be drafted in round 1, 2, 3, be NFL producers like those guys we're looking out 2 years, 3 years, 4 years. When they come in the NFL, they're going to be hyped, right? They're going to be up there. And then when they get to your NFL dynasty roster, now we got a squad over there as well. And then we just backfilled with a lot of college production, right? So we had that flexibility with all of our picks to get a shit ton of talent NFL-wise, and then get some guys that probably don't have an NFL future, but damn, they're going to score a lot of college fantasy points for us and help us win that league over there.
Yeah, and that's why, because I'm sitting here looking now at our draft, and it's a lot of names that some guys I'm definitely didn't know, and some guys that I wanted to bring up to y'all. So in 3-4 years, when you're looking at your drafts and you're wondering who is this guy, just go back to this episode and be like, damn, he talked about him, man.
Talked about him.
You know what I'm saying? He talked about him in July of 2024. You know what I'm saying? It's 2027, and this guy is our number one pick for a reason. You know what I'm saying? So like you said, our number one pick was Jeremiah Smith for Ohio State. And you told me about the guy, man. Said there's no way you're gonna miss out on him. He's a freak of nature. Like,
yep,
he one of them ones, right? And another thing I like about it, now I'm gonna go watch high school football this year, bro. I'm gonna have to start looking at some guys.
A little scouting in high school. Let's go.
Hey, I know. I don't know if you ever watched. I don't know if and y'all tap in with me if y'all watched it. That Friday. What was that? The Tykes, the Friday Night Tykes. You ever watched that, Mike?
No, I'd never watched Friday Night Tykes. The little kids playing football.
Hold up.
Pop Warner.
Now, you know, Texas and Florida are like the machines of football, right?
Mm-hmm.
Friday Night Tykes. Now, I don't know if they still got it on. It used to be on Netflix, man. They took it down because they started talking about the concussions, and they kind of, they try to make football like the enemy of all sports. But we talking like Pop Warner. I want to say like 7 to 10-year-olds, 11-year-olds. But man, it's like 7 seasons, man. These little dudes, man. The Outlaws was the team, though. The Outlaws Texas team. And matter of fact, they even played a Snoop Dogg league on the last season. But Friday Night Tykes, Mike. It was this guy. Hey, Sam, let me know, bro. What's his name? I know it was a running back. It was a running back from Friday Night Tykes, Mike. I really was looking for him, man, to be the next Adrian Peterson, bro. Like I follow his career, bro, from Pop Warner to when they said he quit football. I guess it was just too much for him. He was a running back. He played for was it Houston Outlaws? This younger man was a dog, man. Friday night, it was 2 running backs that was really nice though. But I wish it was 2 different. They had the Steel City, they had Pittsburgh. Or was it Pennsylvania or Pittsburgh? One of them had a team and a season, and they had the Texas season. But them Friday Night Tykes, bro, if they still on Netflix, Mike, please look it up. I just look now. It's on YouTube and Apple TV.
I was looking for some of these guys, like where they are now.
Yeah, now they do have a YouTube thing where they are now, because this show was years old. So I want to say they probably like 20 years old now, 21.
Yeah, a couple of them like Latrell McCutcheon played college football at Oklahoma as a freshman, transferred to USC in 2022.
Okay, Mizell Miller. Mike, listen. Mizell Miller is the Adrian Peterson of Pop Warner, bro. I'm talking about nobody can tackle this little dude, man. He was running over everybody, running past everybody, the MVP every single season. But they started talking about how the coaches were just running them in the ground, man. Like this, he like 9 years old, 10 years old, but he was touching the ball 50 times. So
damn.
Yeah, I'm talking about, but you couldn't stop him. Every time he touched the ball, it was a touchdown. So the coach was using him. And it looked good, but as a parent, now that I'm a parent, I look at it, I understand where the disconnect came from. But it's football, man, and if you want to play, let them play, man. So I felt like it was kind of a thing where they kind of threw it under the bus because they were saying, oh, they're so young. And that's when that big concussion thing was real heavy in sports. So they kind of like drowned it a little bit. But, man, I love that show, Mike. You got to check that show out. I'll give you my Apple TV passcode, bro, if you need it. Bro.
I got it. I already got it.
I think it's on Amazon if I'm mistaken too, but it's like 7 seasons, bro. It's the best Pop Warner show, man. The Outlaws and the Colts. I forgot the Colts name, but those are the 2 best teams. And it was another young running back. Remind me kind of a Jamal Charles. Nice, man. I love that show, man. My father put me on that show. I love that jump. I hope everybody in the crowd watch this too, man. Somebody. I know my boy watched it. I put him on to it.
Mizell Miller,
man.
Playing cornerback for Cornerstone Christian.
Wow, cornerback now?
Yep.
Well, I'm telling you right now, Mike, at running back when he was 11, 10 years old, man, nobody was tackling this young dude, man.
It's so crazy too when you talk about just humans in general and how we grow and stuff, right? Like you see that kid at 9 and you're like, he's a beast, ain't nobody gonna touch him, right?
Yeah.
It was a little bit like the same thing for me, but I was the same height. Like in 7th grade, I got right at 6 foot, and the doctor's like, "Oh man, you'd be like 6'5", 6'6". I didn't grow another fucking inch. I didn't grow another inch vertically. I grew a lot of inches horizontally. You know, fucking liars, man. Liars.
Hey,
I
ain't
tall
gonna
as
lie though,
shit.
Mike.
Nope.
I had a growth spurt, man. My mother told me, man, one weekend I woke up and I couldn't fit none of my shoes. And she was like, she thought I was lying. I'm like, I can't fit these Jones. And I had a growth spurt. I went from chunky to skinny in like a week. And it was like literally from 7th grade to 8th grade that summer. Bro, I was
So weird.
stick out of nowhere, man. I don't know how it happened, man. So them growth spurts come, man.
What was it? Anthony Davis got a real famous one, right? When he was a
Yep.
junior, he's 6'3" point guard.
Yeah,
When he's a senior, he's a 7 foot, center. It's like, how the hell did this man grow 8 inches, 9 inches
man.
in a year?
Overnight. Hey, I'm with you. As I said, they ran him in the ground, man. They ran Youngin in the ground, man. But I want you to watch that show, man. You'll love it, man.
I have check it out.
It's almost like the Last Chance U before the Tykes, man. For the young boys, man.
I miss Last Chance U so much, man.
I do,
bring that back.
bro. I watch it. I even watched the basketball one. It was cool.
Yeah, I like the basketball one too.
It was just during COVID, so it kind of messed everything up about.
Yeah, they did. But bring it back, Netflix. What the fuck we doing, man?
Yeah,
bring back
you know
another
what I
Last
don't
Chance
like?
U.
How does Netflix have original shows like QB1, but you can't find them no more? How do you get rid of your original shows? This is your show, bro. There's no reason.
I loved QB1 too, and then
I loved it, man. I love me some QB1, man. Jake Fromm, Justin Fields,
man. Spencer Rattler.
That's where my Justin Fields left, and he only played like 3-4 games in that season.
You got to experience DJU, but he was a junior, and they were highlighting the senior quarterback who got his ass benched.
So, Mike, I don't know if you know this. You know the guy who was starting before DJU, that quarterback that was like the run. He was kind of cocky.
Yeah.
His father is in the USAA commercials. I seen that one time, and I was like, man, yeah. I said, man, ain't that dude father? I forgot his name, but his father. And remember, his father was a military guy because I remember he was kind of forcing them, pressing the coach out.
Yep.
Yeah, his father was in the USAA commercial. It was a random thing I just seen one day, and I was like, hold up, man, that's got to be him, man.
Nuts.
And what about the guy Montez or the white quarterback that was in he was like the next Mike Vick, and he was I think it was Montreal because he went to Miami and then Miami benched him and he kind of retired from football. And I'm like, bro, how you retire when you don't really have a job? I don't know how you retire, but it was Montreal or Montez or something.
So the first one I fell in love with was that Tavon Bowers. He was like that thick ass quarterback. First season, yeah. He went on to play for Wake Forest.
Okay, yeah, he broke his arm. Arm.
Tate Martell is the guy. Tate Martell. Yeah, he went to Ohio State, was fucking junk. Went to Miami, was fucking junk.
But in that thing, I think they labeled him as like the best college high school quarterback
he was ridiculously high. Then you had Justin Fields. Sam Hartman was on the show. Man, I forgot about fucking Sam Hartman.
You know what's so crazy, Mike? I used to get him confused with Sam Howell so much because Sam Howell was in North Carolina, and I remember Hartman was in North Carolina playing. I used to think it was the same person.
Hartman too, if I remember right on the show, it was kind of like an upstart, like high school. Yeah, like it wasn't a big time program.
Yeah, his team was trash. His team was garbage.
Junk. Real Mitchell was the
Royale Mitchell. That's his name. Yep. Yeah,
that was the guy.
His father was dad. Yeah, his father. That's who DJU stole the job from.
And then, I forgot whatever happened to this guy. I was following him there for a while. You remember Lance? He's got a Louisiana last name. Legandry, however you say it.
That's the one that
Lance LeGrand. That's how you fucking say it.
He was in Louisiana, right?
He committed to Maryland.
He
played in New Orleans.
I watched him, but he never played in Maryland though.
No,
he transferred.
Louisiana Raging Cajuns. Maybe he's in the NCAA game.
He might be. He might got look. He was nice, man. Younger was nice, man. I think they lost in that championship game, I believe, if I ain't mistaken.
Spencer Rattler, and then
that's when he got in trouble.
Nick Scalzo.
Nick Scalzo. Was he with the white and red team?
Yeah. Yep.
Okay. I remember him.
He went to Kentucky and then transferred away from Kentucky.
Okay. But I like that show, man, but they don't have it on Netflix no more. You got to go to the black market to find that show. Man.
They said Wikipedia says there's a season 4, man. It says there's a season 4. I never seen it. And I swear to God. I swear to God, it says there's a season 4. Season 4 quarterbacks were Bryce Young, Anthony Richardson, and Deuce Hogan. And the only reason I know Deuce Hogan is he went to Iowa for a bit. Okay. He transferred away. But
how you got Anthony Richardson on there, bro? We can't find it. That's crazy.
Bryce Young, Anthony Richardson. How the fuck we not find it? Was this COVID or whatever that fucked this up? I don't know, man.
Bro, Netflix is tripping, man. You don't have an original show like that, especially knowing that these guys are in the NFL, they thriving, they having, real careers, and then you take it off your network. You didn't buy it from nobody else. This is your show, bro. I'm not understanding what's going on.
Man, maybe they need to have a little bit of maybe they were rumored those were the quarterbacks who are going to follow, and then COVID hit. I don't know what the fuck it is.
I don't know, man. I'm disappointed though, man, because I think they got like one season on Tubi or something. Like it's somewhere where you don't
somewhere in the abyss.
Yeah, bro. It's not looking good, man.
Jesus,
I missed that show, man. That introduced me to my love of Justin Fields, man. I love me some Fields, man, and it started with that show. So,
that show started my hate of Spencer Rattler. Now he's changed and matured, but he was 100%. A fucking asshole during that show, man.
It did.
If I was that backup quarterback he kept giving shit to, I would have beat the fuck out of him.
Yeah, you could tell he's a spoiled on campus brat. He wanted to.
Is he the only mixed guy that had red hair that you know of too?
And he had freckles and everything. Like
yeah.
It was. You could tell like he was a little privileged more than a lot of the other guys. So he kind of acted like it. Like,
well, he's they lived in Vegas too, right? Because he played at Bishop Gorman, big school, big.
Yeah, they never said what he did. I'm pretty sure it was something that he wasn't proud of. So, he got suspended, and that was the end of it. But remember when he came into college, man, his first year or two, he was supposed to be the number 1 pick if he could have came out.
He sat his freshman year, and then his redshirt freshman year, he was a starter, and then he got his ass benched, and Caleb Williams took off and never to be heard from again.
Yeah, man, I like Spence, man. I hope Spence gets some playtime this year, man.
Yeah. So Harry Snowman Johnson Brooks has started on the NFI. It is football related, but it's not NFL related. So it doesn't count. College injuries don't count towards the NFL being able to put you on.
Nah, they don't. Because listen, one boy, Willis McGahee, he suffered one of the worst ones ever. And I really thought he was done, man. I hate Miami to the core, but I love me some Willie McGahee, man. That was my dog, man.
Yep.
And when he came in the league and went to Buffalo, and then they drafted him. I thought he was going to be undrafted. They was going to do him. I think they got him early, like 4th round or something, right? It was 3rd round.
Oh, man. Willis McGahee, I think it might have even been a 2nd round pick.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, to be coming off that injury, he wasn't supposed to be drafted at that time. I think they took a chance on him. Now, granted, that's back when running backs had respect on their name. So if that was now, it might not have happened. But I love me some McGahee, man. He's
shit. 1st round.
1st round.
Pick 23.
I love me some McGahee, man. That was my dog, man.
I always called that the flamingo injury. Flamingo's knees bend the wrong way.
Bro, it was, man. I'm telling
disgusting.
You. AP had one of them similar ones, right? AP,
I don't know if AP's was like that. I know
it was that bad, yeah.
Marshawn Lattimore's was like that.
Okay.
Or not Marshawn, Marcus Lattimore. Sorry.
Yeah.
South Carolina kid.
Yeah.
Who was going to be the next big thing at running back. That guy.
I remember McGahee. And they took him in the 1st round. Damn.
Pick 23.
That's when you know running backs have respect on their name, man, because if that was today, that wouldn't have happened, bro.
Well, Todd Gurley had the ACL, and the Rams took him in the 1st round.
Yeah,
Top 10 too.
I'm talking about McGahee legs bent the wrong way, bro. Like, man. But you're right, though. Todd Gurley did go in the 1st.
Frank Gore had like 47 knee injuries.
and still is a number 3 on the rankings, right? Frank Gore is a cheat code, man. He don't count.
He was like a... Do you remember DeJuan Blair? Played with the Spurs for a while. He had no ACLs in either knee.
Well, wasn't he with the Wizards?
He started out with the Spurs. I know that. He wore 45, big, thick sumbitch.
I think he played with the Wizards, bro.
He might have played with the Wizards at some point, too, because he went to Georgetown. So,
And look, you know why I know he played with the Wizards? Because I seen that fool at a club one night in a walking boot. In a walking boot, Mike. I'm talking about, bro, it's Sunday night. You out on injured reserve, but you in a walking boot at the club. What the hell are you doing, man? Get out of here, man.
He did play his last 2 years with the Wizards.
Yeah, man. I seen that fool at the club one night in a walking boot, Mike. I'm like, what the hell going on, bro? You in a walking boot at the club. I mean, you know, John Wall couldn't stop partying either. I don't know what it is about this DC culture that they love going to the club, but it ain't worth that $100 million they making, man. I have no idea what's going on, man. Yeah, you right. I mean, we talking injuries, bro. I think Paul George had one of the worst ones at that Olympics. That Olympics.
That was gross. The Kevin Ware, Louisville versus Duke, the tourney.
The bone was sticking out like this.
Yep.
That was one of them ones, man. I don't even want to remember that one, Mike. I ain't gonna lie to you, man.
Dak Prescott's ankle injury made me cringe.
Then what was worse about Dak? He tried to kick it back in. Like, he stomped on it. I know the adrenaline rush was there, but I know that had to hurt, bro.
Talk about a game or two where he's like, fuck, I'm going to just fix it myself.
Bro, he was on the ground stomping his bone back into place. And we had another guy on Dallas play receiver, and I brought this up, I think, a couple shows ago. That was the game I named my son after Dallas. It was on the playoff game. We played Seattle, 2019. His bone went through the leg. Damn, it was a receiver. Mike, what was his name?
We just talked about it too.
Yeah, it was 2 weeks ago. It was because I was at that game. I got pictures and everything, man. You know when
Alan Hearns.
Alan Hearns. He got tackled and his bone, bro, was sticking through his leg, or his leg was bent the opposite way. One of the two. Because I remember they showed it one time on the Jumbotron, and then the crowd was like, "No, bro, we gotta. Please don't show that again, man."
Yep. Harry Snowman hit it too, man. I vividly remember the Phillip Rivers playing a playoff game with no ACL, tore his ACL. Still came out and played the following week.
Didn't he win that game?
I don't know if he won that game. I'm pretty sure it might have been like an AFC Championship game, and he never fucking won
every team was on that team. I mean, man, listen, them Chargers teams was tough back then, man. That's when you kind of rooted for the Chargers back then because you wanted them to beat. Who was their rival? It wasn't the Broncos? Was it the Patriots? I mean, pretty sure it probably was.
Patriots
and the Colts, maybe.
Patriots and Colts and Chargers during that time were back and forth. And the Steelers would get mixed in every now and then.
Yeah, Big Ben and them was different, man. Big Ben was different, man.
Yeah, the Chargers could just never get over the hump, man. Sean Merriman. Do you remember that?
Hey, he Maryland guy, man. I know me some Sean Merriman. That's my dog, man.
I like Sean Merriman.
He was good for the moment, though. He had a short run, but it was a good short run. Like
Mr. 19 Kids, Antonio Cromartie, Florida State.
Yeah, man. Hey, Antonio Cromartie, man. Hey, I hope he's doing the podcast or something right now, man. You know
he better be doing something.
For sure. Because Phillip Rivers got about 12, but it's with one woman. I don't know what Cromartie's hitting on right now. But
I know he was still having kids when I started having kids. I'm still paying child support, so I bet he's still paying child support.
Tyreek Hill got like what, 4 women with 4 kids that's like under 2 years old right now. So I don't know, man. These boys don't like keeping their money, man. I don't know what's going on.
The only thing I say about that one, man, I know we make fun of it or whatever, but that dove climbing, whoever the fuck that clown is on Twitter, fake dude. Mm-hmm. Every time he puts something up, like he puts like congratulations, he just had another kid with somebody he cheated on his wife with, and it's stop being a fucking asshole.
Exactly, bro.
Just don't be a dick about it, man.
Man, look,
you want to report the news. Don't be a fucking dickbag.
But do you know those are guys that go viral, man? Those are guys. Their page always thriving, man.
Those are also the guys that, you love if they were just out somewhere. He's at like a club. Tyreek Hill walks up to him. He's like, "Oh yeah, I run the Twitter account Dove Climbing," and then Tyreek just beats the shit out of him. I'd be like, "Fuck."
Facts.
I'm like, "I got you, Tyreek. I didn't see nothing." The guy pulled a knife. I got you.
Hey, hold up, Harry Snowman, bro. You got You a Chargers, Bears, and Dolphins fan? Come on, bro.
Is this Joey Cheese Sticks? Bandwagon sticks?
I mean, I know. Are you living in AD or AE or what's going on here, though, brother? You can't have 4 teams, man. And then you got them in all different climates. You got them they cold, they hot, they lightning bolts. What's going on here, bro?
Fuck we doing here?
You like the mascots? Just say you like the mascot. And then you a snowman at that, bro. A hairy one. I don't know, man. I gotta watch you, snowman, man.
That reminds me of those people who are like, I've always been a Warriors fan. I've always been a Golden State Warriors fan. Fuck you have.
They walked the bridge one time, Mike, in San Fran. They took some pictures by the San Fran bridge over there. You know, they got hyphy in Oakland. You know what I'm saying? They listed some E40. Now they Warriors fans, right?
just a little
Come
bit.
on, man.
I've been a Warriors fan, yeah.
Hey, Mike, let's ask him this. Who was on the Warriors team when Matt Barnes and all get them that roster? What was that? Not the Dream. What's the name of that team, Mike? Because they beat the Mavericks that year.
2008 when they upset the Mavs, right? I think it was 2008.
But they got a name for that team. I can't remember the name of the team though. Because Stack always talk about it. Him and Matt Barnes and that as bad as that team was, they was a nice little squad. The underdogs. They was the replacements. Like literally, like what do they call them? Every team got like this, miracle name,
right?
But Baron Davis, all them guys, man. Now, if you can say you can kind of say I like that team, but you're not gonna say you was a fan of the Warriors, bro. There's no way.
The We Believe Warriors.
There we go. We
believe.
We believe because
2007.
I say this. Nobody was a fan when they had that and one mascot, man. That mascot. That looked like the and one character. There's no way you was a fan back then, bro.
So they'll probably give you B Diddy. They might give you Matt Barnes. They give you Steven Jackson.
Yeah.
They ain't giving you a lot of these other guys though.
And that's why they shouldn't have beat the Mavericks.
No.
I know Dirk was sick, man. I know the whole West was sick that year.
I remember that white guy who wore the hair gel, wore like number 11, Andres Beatrice.
Okay, yeah.
Andres Beatrice. But you had Al Harrington on that team, Monte Ellis. Jason Richardson.
Yeah, Jay Rich, man.
What about this guy? Michael Petrus. And I always thought it was he must have been French or something. It was the best way to spell Michael I've ever seen in my entire life. As a Michael.
Yeah.
Like I wanted to change my name. So it's Mickael. And then he's got them little like dots above the E.
Okay, yeah. He got to be like French or something.
Yeah.
It's probably like Mikael or something like that.
How about this one? Kalena Azubuike. Mike Dunleavy Jr.
Hey, but they had a fun team though, bro. Because nobody expected them to win. So those type of teams that you don't think is even good, but they go out and beat the best teams, you got to root for those teams, bro.
Oh, Michael Petrus is French.
Okay, it makes sense, right?
He's French.
Okay, a snowman said he grew up in Chicago at 16. He was in Florida at 23. Back to Chicago at 40. All right, bro. Look, we know you got your time stamps and your passport got a lot of stamps on it, brother. But I need you to get one team, man. All right, just give me one.
Pick one.
Just give me one, bro. All right, at least give me one AFC and one NFC. You can't have three on the side, though, bro. That's all I'm asking, man. All
just
right?
Close your eyes and pick one.
He said, I'm a Bears fan. Okay, cool,
right.
My man. There we go. Harry Snowman's a Bears fan.
Bear down.
When they don't make the playoffs, he gonna be rooting for Miami. We know that much. All right, cool. That makes sense, bro. So look, so the basis of the show tonight was supposed to be really about the college. I want to introduce the game and speak on some college. We kind of got into the injuries, but anytime I see a Cowboys comment, hold on, a lot of Cowboys fans at AFC. Yeah, you're right. Cowboys fans are all over the place, man. But ask them who's the third receiver on the team right now. They won't even know. So those guys really don't count to me a lot of times. But yeah, Mike, I want to get into that. I was trying to hold it out for Matty, man. I want to get into this 2025 class a little bit, though, man.
Yeah.
I know you. I said, man, I got to do a little bit more homework, man. I know Mike and Matty gonna carry me, and Matty ain't here, man. Matt, man, I don't know, man. You it's the first one, man. I'm gonna give you one strike, brother. I just hit him up though, so hopefully he come through for me. But let's talk about it though, Mike. I need to find out this website too before we get started, Mike. What's that website where they got the tiers, like the S tier, the A tier, the B tier? It's like a graph site, right? I don't know if you ever saw it on YouTube, but a lot of YouTubers have them where they got like a S tier, A tier, B tier, C tier, and then they got the players ranked and listed where they should go. I always see it on these YouTube channels, but I forgot the name of the site. I had it on my I think you create your own bracket.
Right.
But I kind of wish I had that listed now. I'm looking at one person's I guess tier system now. And I guess we can kind of go off theirs and it's kind of go back and forth on what we think about it. So
sure.
The S tier, right? They only had one player, and that's Luther Burden.
Ooh, I don't know if I'd do that, but just one.
Just one. And I don't know about just one. Now we talking super flex. You know, we looking into the whole class as a whole. I know Burden is a dog now. Don't get me twisted. Now I ain't doubting them.
I gave you 3 if we're talking dynasty football in a normal super flex league that deserve to be in the S tier. Luther Burden definitely for sure. Tep McMillan, Arizona wide receiver. Go play with him on that game too.
Mm-hmm.
Nasty. And I'm gonna still put Ibuka in there.
Mm-hmm.
I think Ibuka can really shine this year.
Okay, they got Ibuka at number 8 on B tier. So
disrespect, man, just because he went back to school.
And you know what? I think it's because Marv was there, and a lot of people forget. And he had a lot of injuries.
Had a down year last year. Yep, because of the injuries.
He did. But the hype coming into the year, he was one of them ones, man.
Give me Ibuka. If he would have came out this year, even with the injuries, I would have taken him as a 4th wide receiver off the board over Brian Thomas, over Xavier Worthy. I would have taken him over Brock Bowers easily.
So I'm glad you said that, Mike. So let's do this, right? Let's play a game of this year and next year. The 24 class and the 25 class. I don't have them all listed. I'm sure we can go off the, let's just do let's say a first round, 12 picks, right?
Yeah.
I kind of want to go a little deeper, but let's just say 12 rounds or 12 picks. Out of both classes, what would you go with the first pick overall right now?
A lot of it for me is going to be the same because they're here right now. But I'll say for me, Jane Daniels still pretty easily.
Me too.
Probably my first 4, 5, 6 picks wouldn't change.
Okay, so it wouldn't change with the new this class right here would stay.
No, if you put them in,
that's why I said I want to go past 12 because I kind of feel the same way.
Yeah,
it's kind of hard to kick those guys that came out this year out because it's a hell of a class we had, man. So I feel like honestly,
I think it'd be easier just to talk wide receivers, right? So if let's just go position by position.
Okay. Well, I was gonna say if you look at the 23 class, man, I feel like those guys coming out. If you not even just receivers, I'm just saying as a whole with Gibbs, Brees, Bijan, the last 2 classes plus this one coming up, man. I know a lot of people say the 25 class ain't really all that and this and that, but I feel like when we get in the draft season next year, man, a lot of those stations going to change on to, I don't know, man, we might need to get more of these. Coming into the season, it was the 25 class ain't really all that, but we say this every year and then it kind of changes periodically during the season. Because if not for anything else, we just get the hype of it's a new thing. You know what I'm saying? Like they go to a good situation, your favorite team, or they had a hell of a college season and you just want them on your team. Yeah. So I think we sleeping on this 25 class a little bit more than we should be.
I think if you were to combine the wide receivers from the 2024 and 2025, you said they were all eligible and I got to choose. NFL-wise, Marv, Neighbors, Adunze, and then I would go Luther Burden, Tep McMillan, Emeka Ibuka, Brian Thomas, Xavier Worthy, Ladd McConkey. And they're kind of in their own tier. But the 3 guys at the top would be in their own tier, right? Just after Rome, but better than Brian Thomas and Xavier Worthy.
But you know what, though, Mike? I think the receivers are a little easier. I think the running back.
There you go.
You know what I'm saying? I think the running back position is the one that we can kind of go back and forth with as far as the classes, right?
Yep.
Because the receiver, like you said, I wouldn't change the top 3 receivers from this class. I might even put them before Jordan Addison, JSN, and Zay Flowers, right?
Yep. Yep, me too.
Like you will put Marv, Neighbors, and Odunze
ahead of
over
them.
the last two classes combined, right?
Yep. And then I would put Luther Burden and Tet definitely over any wide receiver from 2023.
So I'm gonna say this. I know it's easy to say now, but would you have done that if JSN was coming out this year? Because last year that hype was real for JSN.
It was really good. But people need to put themselves on a little game and go watch Luther Burden and Ted McMillan.
Oh no, for sure. I'm just asking, because I know when JSN was coming out, man, it was, is he better than Garrett Wilson? Is he better than, you know what I'm saying? Like the hype was real, man, coming out that big season.
He's in the ballpark if you just go off of the hype and how we felt. Yeah. He'd definitely be up there. But I would say what Marv, Neighbors, and Odunze did still put him in a much different class than what JSN did.
Yeah, and that's why I say I feel like the running back group is really
that's the interesting one.
It is because we don't like running backs anyway at most times. But when you go look at the running backs that's coming out this year compared to last year and the year before, let's just say the 23, 24, 25 class. I don't know, man. You got guys like Ollie Gordon. I'm a Trayvon Henderson guy. That's my guy, though, man. I think a lot of it's biased because I took him in my fantasy league, my college league last year. We got a lot of guys coming out, man, this year that I believe, like this year the class that we just had in 24, we had Trey Benson, Jonathan Brooks, right?
Yeah, Blake.
Those
Corum,
are like the
Jalen
those
Wright.
are like the key guys, like Jonathan Brooks, you could say win at 108, 109 at the latest, maybe in most drafts. I believe this year we might get 2 first-round running backs. What do you think this year, Mike?
I could believe it. If I had to rank them from the last 2 classes, Bijan Gibbs. That's easy. That's a layup for me. Those guys were both ridiculous coming out. But then after that, I'm putting Quinshon Judkins. I'm putting Travion Henderson. I'm putting Ollie Gordon. I'm putting Amari Hampton. I'm putting Nick Singleton, all above Jonathan Brooks.
Yeah, and honestly, Mike, that's why I didn't reach for Jonathan Brooks this year, because I felt like it's no point of reaching on Brooks when he might not even play this year or a full season. And by the time he's fully prepared, the next class is the class that I'm going to want to start over him anyway. So a lot of my leagues, I never took Jonathan Brooks because I said, by the time he's fully healthy, maybe in this offense and they figure things out, that guy that's coming out next year is going to be worth drafting over him anyway. So I went and took my Luke McConkeys and my Michael Penixes and guys like that because I felt like Jonathan Brooks, the rate he's going this year wasn't worth me taking him over guys that I think will have more longevity versus me finishing 109 or 110 and still snagging one of these guys at the same route. So I kind of held out on a lot of Jonathan Brooks this year, man. Trey Benson was a better price. I felt like he was going like 204, 205 sometime. But Jonathan Brooks is just going too high for me, especially not knowing his health, not knowing when he's going to play, and just knowing that I could get a guy like a Michael Penix who was going after him in a lot of drafts and hold him and just wait till next year, man, and get the same guys you just listed, man. I love me some Jonathan Brooks, though. Don't get me wrong.
If I had to rank him after that, man, it would be.
Here we go,
look
Mike.
At this guy.
Go. There we go. Hold on. He come through. Let's add him to the stage. There we go, baby.
Boom.
Right on time.
He made it.
Hey.
What's up, boys?
Playboy. I ain't got your name now. I ain't got your @ name, but let them know. Let them know, man, before we keep going, Matty. Let them know your @ name and where they can find you at, man. Before we get.
You can. Most importantly, you can find me now here at South Harmon, baby.
Welcome to South Harmon. Huh? Hey, Matty, before you get started, give me a huh?
Huh?
There we go.
Much better than Cooper.
No. Cooper owe me a redo, man. What's up? Cooper owe me a redo. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah, I'm gonna say this too. It's kind of a trip to hear you say it like in real life. Like the song, obviously I've heard the song so many times, but then to hear it come from you in real, like, oh shit. Oh
yeah. Yeah, that's
It's
it.
like if
That's
Drake
it.
walked by and was like, "Just hold on, we're going." You go, "Yo, that's it.
Oh,
That's
hold
him."
on now. They not like us now. Hold up
No.
now. Hold up, Matty. Hold up now.
Not like
Wait.
us.
Oh God, you
Oh,
guys.
Mike, we got to end the show the right way tonight, man. Matty
Oh,
is here. We got to
definitely.
introduce him, man. We got to
Yep.
introduce him, man. Matty,
He
come
don't even
on,
know.
brother. Come
You
on
don't
now.
even know.
God, boys.
Oh,
You don't know what's gonna happen to you.
Jersey all day.
come
Jersey all
on,
day.
man.
Jersey.
All
Wait, you
right,
digging them up?
Digging him up. What do you mean, the greatest of the generation? You're gonna dig him up?
You digging them up from the grave that Kendrick put him in?
Please, Kendrick sucks.
Hey, I'm just saying they're not like us, Matty. That's all we saying.
He got a BBL.
Yeah, what
Hey.
jerseys? Let me see these jerseys. What you guys got?
Yeah, so look,
rocking
this
right
my Peter Warwick, man. Florida State, you know, always got to rep my boy, man,
For
all
sure,
the
for
time,
sure.
man.
Chris
Every time.
Olave. But being that we're talking 25 rookies,
Mm-hmm.
this is a Mecca Buka.
Yeah, right. Well,
That's
I love me
Buka.
some Emeka Egbuka. Let me tell you.
So you actually came right on time, Matty, because we was actually addressing. I had brought up like the tiers of this 25 class, and then I said, well, when you look at the 23, 24, 25 class, Mike had brought up the receivers, and I said, well, I think the receivers are kind of interest. It's kind of like a default because last year I don't think nobody would take Neighbors, Marv, or Odunze under this class. Like nobody in this class coming up would be over those. And honestly, in the 24 class, we still might take. I mean, the 23 class, we still might take Marv, Neighbors, and Odunze over those guys. So, what's your take on that as far as like this 24 receivers versus 23 and 25? What you think? If you just go like with the top three, like top three of each class, which class would you take?
I mean, the three in the top 3 and 24 it's a class amongst itself. Marv, Neighbors, and Odunze are all bona fide studs. We're talking about game changers immediately. I mean, we're already seeing projections coming out with conservative targets for Malik and Marvin Harrison being 125, 130, 140. This is the type of talent that these guys bring. But I do think that this 25 class is a bit slept on because Tech McMillan is a freak. If you love Drake London, you're gonna love Tech McMillan. Luther Burden, of course, he's that yak type guy, that inside out type player. And you know, people have already fell asleep about my guy Emeka Egbuka because Egbuka was going into last year a contender to be honestly in that. You could make the argument that if he had a big 2023 season, Emeka Egbuka would have been the fourth amongst that tier. He's nasty. Egbuka, I think Egbuka reminds me a lot of DJ Moore. He kind of reminds me of Chris Olave, but bigger, to be honest. I think he has that type of skill set. So I think we'll be okay with this receiver class. It's just these next few receiver classes are going to tremble just because of how good 24 was. It was so sick.
Hey, Matty, I'm not gonna lie, bro. You literally just said everything we just said about Egbuka, and like we just literally said like how people slept on him because of the injuries, and Marvin Harrison was on the team. Like,
yeah, right.
It was he had no way to, even if he was the best player on the team, you still was gonna want Marv to be the best player because you just wanted Marv to be the guy. He was coming out, you know what I'm saying? Like he had no chance to be the guy that we talked about. But now that Marv isn't there, hopefully he stays healthy. Man, listen, we got him in that C2C league, man. So I'm looking forward to him. You know what I'm saying, man?
Right. Yes, sir.
But I told Mike though to carry on with that. I feel like the receiver position was kind of easy because the 24 class was just so stacked that I said, what about the running backs? And I feel like when you look at the running backs compared to 24, 23 with Breece Hall, Bijan, and Gibbs, 24 with Jonathan Brooks and Trey Benson, and then you look at the 25 class, how would you kind of do that order? And like, what are your guys this year, but comparing them to the last two classes? Because I feel like the last two classes are the biggest conversations because we got guys like Bijan, Hall, and Gibbs literally ranked 1, 2, and 3 in a lot of dynasty rankings. So, like coming in, do guys like Ollie Gordon and Junkins and Henderson, like where do they stack up against the list of guys that came out in 23, 24, and then coming into this year. What you got on the running back situation?
This running back class is going to be if you have a lot of those fringe running backs on your dynasty rosters, like come this time next year, a lot of those burnt ends are going to be seared right off because there's 10, 12, like how many legit running backs could potentially come out. Now I know some will end up staying that we project to come out and so on and so forth, but as this class stacks up to the others, I don't know if there's a Bijan type prospect. I don't know if there's quite a Gibbs. There are players with that skill set that could emerge. Because remember, when Gibbs was at Georgia Tech, we liked him, but we weren't hyped on him. We didn't know he was going to be a top 12 pick. And then he goes to Bama, he produces, and then we see the ascension from there. But I think when you look at these prospects, I think you're going to see a number of guys just stack up with Breece Hall in terms of their skill sets, in terms of their size. I mean, if you like your running backs big, there are some big boys coming out in this year's draft because Gordon's big, Martinez is big, even Genty, who's 5'9", but the dude's built like a brick shithouse. I mean, there's good quality backs. There are going to be a lot of different skill sets coming out. I love this running back class. Omarion Hampton reminds me so much of DeMarco Murray. Just that upright running style, that galloping runner, kind of like Isaiah Pacheco, but he's going to come with more hype, more draft capital. This class is stacked, and we're already forgetting about like the Devin Neals. We all like Devin Neal if he came out of Kansas last year, but he goes back. Travion Henderson, we thought we'd get him in the 24 class. We didn't. He goes back. We know Quinshon's a stud. And I would say this for the people that kind of start diving in early, you're going to see a lot of 3 stars, even some 2 stars in terms of their high school prospect profiles. Don't worry though. These guys, running backs can ascend. LaShawn McCoy was a 2-star coming out, I'm pretty sure, 2 or 3-star. These guys, once they are on the trajectory up, they can rise.
Pacheco was a 7th rounder, right? And look where we taking him at right now. So
it's true.
But I definitely felt like, though, if you look at each class, and let's just, like I said, go to the last 2 classes, the easiest, the hardest one to kind of project is the running back, because one, we throw away the running back so much. We don't care about them. It's leagues where we draft hero backs at this point. Like you take one and then you go 5 receivers or however you do it. But this class, I feel like it's going to change that. And I know we say this every year where these generational talents and all that. I don't think we have a generational Saquon Barkley type talent, but I feel like for myself, like I told Mike a little while before you joined, I passed on a Jonathan Brooks this year for a guy like a Michael Penix and other guys, because I feel like in 25 I can replace Brooks with what Brooks might not do this year. Like he might not play but 3 games. He might play 4. He might play 8. We don't know necessarily. Mm-hmm. But by the time he's actually 100% and ready to give us what we need, I might can draft a guy in 25 that can give me more than what he's going to give me in 25. So it was no point of reaching on Jonathan Brooks to me in Dynasty if you felt like it was a reach. But I felt like the 107, 108 range that he was going was just too high for me. And if I can get a Brian Thomas and one of those receivers, man, later on, I can replace Jonathan Brooks in 25 with one of these guys that might be value higher than him. And maybe in a better offense. I mean, we don't know what Carolina is really going to do, but I kind of like what the direction that they're going. But, man, one of these guys go to the perfect situation, who knows? So I like this class coming up, and I love the running backs of it all. So even in that C2C league, I told Mike, man, I love the running backs, bro. I'm not sure after this 5th round we'll be going. I'm going to let you figure it out, but the top 4, man, I love what we got, and I need me one of these running backs. And Henderson is my guy. I had him in my college league last year, so that's the guy I always go to because I know the most about him. But
we killed that draft.
Yeah. I know Matty's in it. That's why I keep bringing it up, man. But I love this 25 class as far as the running backs go. But what you think, Mike? As far as I know, you was in the middle of kind of how you was feeling it.
Yeah.
But with these 25, 23 to 25 running back position.
For me, Bijan Gibbs would be up there. Number 1 and 2. No question about it. And then, like I said right before you came on, Matty, I mean, I probably got like 5-6 guys I'd take before Jonathan Brooks, and then another 5 or 6 that I would put in the same tier as Jonathan Brooks.
Hold on, Mike. You said Bijan and Gibbs. What about Hall though?
Well, we're going 3 years back now.
Oh, my fault. You know what? Damn, I'm tripping. My bad.
Yeah.
You know what? I was thinking. I forgot about the ACL year, so my bad. I'm tripping.
Mike, what about Adrian Peterson? What is it? What are they? These guys?
Where's he stacking up versus David Thomason or Earl Campbell?
Man, the ACL year threw me off every time because he didn't really. I forgot. My bad.
The 22 draft class turned out to be a pretty good one though, with Breece Hall. I know Harry Snowman was in here. You put up some of his chats. So Breece Hall, Kenneth Walker, James Cook, Rashad White, Brian Robinson. Tyler Algier had some moments. Jerome Ford, Kyron Williams, Ty Chandler. Pacheco. Good Lord.
Yeah.
What a class. But no, just for 23, Bijan, Jahmyr Gibbs, definitely over anybody from 24. And then these 25 guys, Matty, I love Ollie. I love Quinshawn. I love Amari and Hampton. Hasn't been mentioned yet. Ashton Jeanty, Travion Henderson. Trevor Etienne could do it if he stops fucking around. Right? Donovan Edwards, the forgotten man. Right. I know people were pissed he was on the game, and it was a bad year for him last year until the college football playoff. And then I'm like, that's the fucking Donovan Edwards that I got excited about. It's the number 7. It's his build. It's his skill set. Listen, Donovan Edwards for a while has reminded me of DeAndre Swift coming out, minus the injuries. But last year was kind of a down year for him. We'll see how he does now with no Blake Corum. Nick Singleton, Fizz, you and I got him. I love Nick Singleton. I love his teammate, Katron Allen. Katron's. Rocket Sanders, speaking of playing with South Carolina, I forgot to mention him in my Dynasty. Rocket is one of those fucking ridiculous freaks. I'm convinced Rocket runs somewhere in the 4.4s pretty steadily. And I'm convinced Rocket also weighs about 235 fucking pounds just walking around normal.
And Rocket isn't ranked, I guess, as high as those guys, but I feel like if the later, because a lot of times we get caught up with the number 1 pick, number 2 pick. But when you get drafted that high, sometimes we forget those are the worst teams, right? So when you go to the worst team, sometimes being a late round pick, you might be in a better situation, man. And I think we forget that when we look at guys get drafted 101, 102, 103, that's cool. But those teams that you went to were the Carolina Panthers and, these teams that you struggle with for 3 years. When you got a guy like Pacheco who goes in the 7th round to the Super Bowl champions, and now he went from maybe not even making a roster to we drafted him higher than a lot of guys that we've been wearing their jerseys for years, So I feel like Sanders couldn't be one of them guys that goes later in the draft to a team that we don't expect, but it's a winning team. You're going to have a team like a Dallas Cowboys who might have an opening at running back. The Cincinnati Bengals with Zach Moss and Chase Brown. Anybody can, insert a running back there. Zamir White could be replaced. There's a lot of offenses, man, that can take running backs late that we might not look at the situation because this player went 3rd, 4th, 5th round, but come in on week 1 and just take off, man. So I like those later guys. And like I said, when you're just talking about Sanders, he could be one of those guys, man, for a later team that on draft day doesn't look that good because he went late. But when he come in and work his way through that locker room, man, he can do what he want to do. So
there's a couple other guys too that I think could surprise this year. Chip Trainum transferred from Ohio State to Kentucky. He is the epitome of a size speed freak. Now he's got a lot of things he's got to clean up, but Kentucky does run an offense that's made, Chris Rodriguez relevant at one point, right? Like they will run the fucking football in the SEC. So if Chip Trainum can put it all together at Tennessee with the combination of athleticism he already has, I'm excited for him. I'm really interested, too, because this is a historical school that we never think of fucking running backs coming out there, and you can thank Mike Leach for this. Texas Tech and Taj Brooks, another giant fucking run. Yes, another
Michael
bowling
Turner
ball.
reincarnate.
There you go. Maybe not as fast as Michael Turner, but God, he's got the same kind of build. He's got the same kind of build. So there's a lot of running backs in this class, and you'll find it all through the NCAA football game, too. If you start going through rosters, you're like, oh, man, who the fuck's this guy? 235 pounds with a 92 speed. What the fuck? Let me check this guy out.
Yeah.
Kind of the same principles apply in real life when you're looking at some of these guys. So this class is really, really good. It'll be interesting to see if we have a little bit of a resurgence in the running back position in fantasy and maybe NFL wise. We saw running backs actually get some contracts this offseason because the RB class wasn't as great as a lot of people. I know they were like, we'll find anybody off the street until it came free agency time. And you're seeing that with the Giants hard knocks right now. It's like, oh yeah, we'll be fine if we let Saquon go. We feel real good about Motor Singletary. You're the only motherfuckers that call him Motor, by the way. Shut the fuck up. Good luck. You went from Saquon to Devin Singletary behind a shitty offensive line. Good luck to you. So
And let him hit, Mike. Let him hit.
fucking Giants, man. Always a clown show, man. Always a clown show. I respect the Giants less than I respect the Commanders, and that's a shit show organization.
For sure.
So yeah, there's this running back free agency class, but then it gets replenished next year. So you'll see a lot of guys this year where it's like, oh man, I can't believe that guy was a great pick for me. He was late. And I think for fantasy and dynasty purposes, people are going to invest too much in what they did this year. When next year there's a whole crop. And Matty, like you said, some of these guys are going to go back to school. Some of them are going to underperform. It'll weed itself out, but I look at 17, 18 running backs that I'm interested in already for next year. Even if you cut that down to 9 or 10, that's 9 or 10 jobs somebody's going to be fighting for next year, where Devin Motor Singletary is like, motherfucker, Chip Trainum ran a 4.3.
There's going to be a lot of those. A lot of those. Which also makes, we're talking about the New York teams falling flat in their face. Imagine drafting Braylon Allen and Isaiah Davis knowing what's coming in 25 when you have Breece Hall, you have Izzy,
and that's why I felt comfortable passing on the running backs position a lot this year, because I felt like when you can get a Luke McConkey and a Keon Coleman and I mean, I know people don't really like him, but even a Tez Walker at some leagues where you might just need a guy to fill in on the best ball team, right? It's a list of receivers in this class that you can go down the line that you may have passed on. I mean, Marshawn Lloyd, I love him, right? Jalen Wright, love those guys. But if you just took the guys in the second round over Trey Benson and, like I said, even first round and Jonathan Brooks, man, when you come back in 2025, you can make up for not taking a running back of worth in this class, or passing on a Derrick Henry in a startup, because in 25, man, it's about a good 10 guys that maybe, like Mike just said, will be replacing guys coming into the league coming in. So I don't mind passing on running backs this year if you can, and just waiting for 25, man, because that's the class that's built for the running back. I know we hate running backs. We don't trust them. But I feel like even the third and fourth rounders, man, we're going to be looking at like, yeah, I need that guy. You know what I'm saying? So with this class, that's the meat potatoes of that class for me. I know the receivers, man, and I don't know about the quarterbacks, but the receivers is top heavy. We know who are those guys. Like, you know who your receiver is going to be. But when it comes to that running back, man, it's about a good solid 6 at the minimum that you could say, okay, I'm okay with taking this guy and waiting next year for this guy. So I like this class with the running back position.
Yeah. I see there's a lot of chatter about Ashton Jeanty, and I do love Ashton Jeanty, right? But to compare him to Jahmyr Gibbs is a little rough for me. Like, he's got a lot of the similar skill sets, right? But the thing about Jahmyr Gibbs that made him Jahmyr Gibbs coming out and why we were so interested on him is, I mean, he had, like Ashton Jeanty had a great freshman year, but it was at Georgia Tech. And we're like, okay, whatever. Comes back, has another one. Then he transfers to the biggest program in the entire fucking country and plays the best teams week in and week out in the SEC in Alabama. And he goes to Alabama and still fucking dominates, right? If he would have kept doing what he was doing at Georgia Tech, people would have been in on him like we are with Jeanty, but we would have been like, that's always going to be the knock against Jeanty. It always is. Until he plays big-time competition week in and week out and can handle that workload, you're like, all right, I like some of the things, but he's kind of the under-the-radar smaller school guy. You're never going to get to the Jahmyr Gibbs level until you're out there, you're playing against LSU one week and Florida the next and Georgia the following week and gashing them left and right.
I also think that the Jahmyr Gibbs archetype is a bit fragile, because look at even how the Lions, played that out. They still signed David Montgomery to complement Gibbs. So it's almost like it worked in a perfect storm for a higher rated prospect coming out of high school, kid who did it in the ACC, which is still better than the Mountain West. Then he goes to the SEC and dominates again. So it's tough. I'm with Mike. I don't think there's a Bijan or a Gibbs in terms of your throughway talent, because even Ollie Gordon's a 3-star, so he didn't come out with the prestige of a Bijan. But this class is super deep, super deep. And I love what you're talking about there, Fizz, because I like the idea of maybe kicking the can down the road at running back. And because I think this year is a wild card. And, Dylan Lobby was a 5th-round pick, but he now only has Zeus White and Alexander Madison. I mean, this is the year where you got to pick your poison in terms of the running back is going to be sharing a backfield with X player. So
now I will say this: if Jonathan Brooks was healthy, then I'd change my tune. But not knowing when he's going to play, how many games he's going to play, I just don't see me taking him in the first round over, like I said, the top receivers. Knowing that Luke McConkey can start at the slot, give me what I need, and next year take my running back. Man, if I'm okay with my running back room, I'm passing on Jonathan Brooks in the first round because I feel like I don't know what I'm getting in year one. And by the time he's 100%, the guys coming out in 25 can be what he was in 24 or what he's supposed to be in 24. So I got a receiver and I still got the running back in the following class. So I'm okay with passing on Jonathan Brooks, man, if it costs me a 107, 108 pick. Especially for, like I said, Michael Penix, Bo Nix, those type of guys.
Let's go.
I mean, we a little later on down the line, but at one point, Jonathan Brooks was going early, man. 107, 108s, and Bo Nix was really hated. He was going later. Michael Penix was a 201, 112, 110 type of pick. Luke McConkey, you know what I'm saying? Those type of guys. So I'm taking all those guys over Jonathan Brooks this year because I feel like in 25, you can make up for that loss and probably get the same value because Chuba Hubbard's there, Miles Sanders is still there. It's not like Jonathan Brooks is walking into a clear RB1. Nobody is touching the ball around him. So I'm okay with passing on Jonathan Brooks. And matter of fact, you could pass on him and the person that took him too high, you know how these people get, man. They get restless by week 9. Man, I'm tired of Brooks. He ain't doing nothing. Okay, let me get him for a late second. You know what I'm saying? So
Chuba goes for $120 and 2 touchdowns in week 2. All of a sudden, Jonathan Brooks seems pretty attainable.
That's what I'm saying. Yep. You know how that go. So I will wait on Brooks, man, looking at this class at RB, man, for sure.
I think there's only one running back that could potentially reach the Gibbs Bijan tier, but it's going to require him to stay healthy the whole season and dominate like we've seen in the past, and that's Travion. Like, if Travion can do it with Judkins there and come out and put up 1,200, 1,500 all-purpose yards, stay healthy for the whole season and be a big part of Ohio State's success. What he did as a true freshman, the dynamic ability he showed. Yeah,
He's fucking good.
He's fucking good. He's fucking good. What he did on the field as a true freshman, he is a special talent. Now, the last 2 years have been the injury bugaboo. You see a lot more Chip Trainum. You saw some Dallin Hayden there for a while. So it kind of is what it is. But if he can come out, he can put it all together and have a big senior year. Maybe it's going to be hard to beat Bijan because for 3 straight fucking years, it was Bijan Robinson, no injury concerns, just boom, boom, boom. Yeah. I got the size, I got the speed, I got it all. I can catch the ball. Travion has that same skill set. He's just been hurt. He did it as a freshman, and then we haven't seen it the last 2 years from him. So we've seen moments, but he definitely could be back in there. I don't think anybody's touching Bijan as a generational Saquon Barkley level, type of guy. But if you kind of wanted to be in that conversation, it would be Travion. There's some other guys that maybe you could see they would have to have monster years, though. Monster years. If Ollie Gordon came out and went for like 2,000 yards rushing.
Which is possible.
It's the fucking Big 12.
Yeah.
Anything's possible. There's no like me playing NCAA football, right? There's no fucking defense. So it's possible, but we'll kind of wait and see on that one. But there are some special talents in here. I just don't. It's tough when you compare him to Bijan because he's right up there with the best we've ever seen as far as prospects coming out.
Right, definitely.
What about the tight ends, man? Matty, you got any feelings on this tight end class? It's Luke Lachey and then everybody else, right?
It's Luke Lachey. We'll see what is it? Loveland from Michigan.
Colston Loveland. He's actually really good. I'll give him some credit. Colston Loveland's good.
My sleeper guys is Harold Fannin from Bowling Green. He's got the size. He's athletic. He was crazy productive last year. And then when you look a little deeper, you go, why didn't he transfer? Well, I mean, these kids are seeking these pots of NIL bags, and Bowling Green doesn't have a big one, but if he's getting 80% of it, maybe it's worth sticking around. So I think that's a potential sleeper at that position as someone who could emerge throughout the season. But again, he's gonna have to produce at a high level. This tight end class is a bit lackluster, not all that exciting. I think Lachey going back was great call on his part because he has a chance to be really good at Iowa and then really set himself ahead of the field right now. Like in the RC2C league we talked about earlier, I took Fannin a bit earlier, but that was really more of attacking the stats while in college as opposed to hoping he's one day in my big league roster. But yeah, Loveland, Lachey, those are the two right now. And then we're all waiting the decision. What's Nick Harbor? Is he a tight end? Is he a receiver? Is he a tight end?
Receiver. Don't play anything else, Nick. Don't play anything else, Nick. Play wide receiver. Fuck them guys.
Nick Harbor is 6'5", 230, runs a 4. He's probably going to run high 4.3s as long as he stays healthy and stays lean. This kid's a freak, and they're wondering what are they going to do? Are they going to put him in? Is he Kyle Pitts? But I think what we'll see is him play out wide more often than not because that athleticism outside is going to sing.
Sing.
So go ahead, Mike. Go, my bad.
No, he's ridiculous, but we don't have to worry about him for a couple years, man.
Yeah, he's still a couple years out. Yeah,
he's a couple years out still, but yeah, he's going to be intriguing in 2026, 2027, whenever he decides to pop out. But Nick Harbor, stay at fucking wide receiver, man. Don't let him pressure you. Fuck them people. You're a world class sprinter for a reason. You ain't playing in line. I ain't blocking nobody. Fuck off.
Well, I know we jumped to the running backs, man. I ain't want to skip the receivers because I feel like these were guys that are definitely worth talking about. I just felt like they weren't going to be better than last year's or this year's class in 24. So it's kind of harder to discuss like which one was better. So if you exclude 24, let's go 23 with the Addisons, JSN, and Zay Flowers, and then bring in the 25 class. What do you guys pretty much bring the 25 class in compared to the 23 class?
Sitting here right now, I think they're very comparable. I see them to be very, very comparable where
I do. Yep.
We didn't see the first receiver off the board in 23 till pick 20. It was JSN.
Now, it was like back to back, right? It was like 3.
Yeah, they went 3. Yeah, it was.
I thought they should have went higher, but I thought Green Bay. Didn't they take a DN or something? I thought they was going to take JSN right there, and I was
took
like,
his guy from Iowa, right?
They they don't like receivers in the first round, bro. They second round guys and receiver. That's what they do. But go ahead, Matty. My bad.
No. I think that I think it's pretty positive. When you compare like Tet McMillan's and the Luther Burdens to the Zay Flowers to the JSNs, I think they're very comparable. And then Emeka Egbuka, maybe this is spicy, but I think he's a better prospect than JSN. I think he's going to be faster, similar sized. He's going to be a nasty route runner, one of those type of players that makes a difference for a team that's going to be in the national spotlight. And then we have other guys. There's wild cards this year. And I do see that I see a path, at least, pretty clear path to the 25 class being better than the 23 class. Because if Juice Wells balls the fuck out at Ole Miss, we're going to see his stock rise. Isaiah Bond at Texas looks like a Jalen Waddle type player. And then maybe the biggest wild card at this position is Elik Ayamanor at Stanford because he's humongous. He's a kid at 6'2", 210, went for 2 bills against Travis Hunter in Colorado last year. He's coming off injury, so this is going to be his first full season of that little buffer that we like when we're talking about prospects getting healthy. So this receiver class could be pretty sick. And then you sprinkle in the seniors, the Torrey Hortons, Ricky Whites, Tez Johnsons. This class could be pretty good.
Could be very sneaky good. Good. Now, if I compare it to 23, for me, I'm putting Luther Burden Tet above JSN as the number one.
I agree with that.
But are we listening? JSN is the number one of that class, right?
I would say, at least from a prospect standpoint.
I was about to say, coming out, it was JSN. I definitely,
from a prospect
I was always
standpoint,
a Jordan Addison fan, but I think JSN was still ranked the highest. So,
but it'd be those three guys in a tier for me, and then I put Ibuka right after him. Evan Stewart deserves to be in that conversation for me as well. Zay Flowers was very good. The only problem I had with Zay Flowers is when I was trying to project him as a prospect, the only thing we'd seen up to that point as a comp was Rondell Moore, and that scared the shit out of me. So it was like, I like Zay, but Jesus fuck, Rondell Moore, really? So let's not have hindsight.
Hill's comparison coming out though, Mike. I don't know, man. I mean, I guess it was just the speed. I don't know if it was really like anything else, but
I would say Evan Stewart, Jordan Addison, they're kind of in their own tier. And then kind of like Matty said, a lot of the other guys are just wait and see. Like, what do we get out of them? I think there's a lot of good ones, intriguing ones. You brought up Tez Johnson, kind of intriguing to me. You like what you see from Tez on film. Mm-hmm. Real physical type guy, and you're like, oh, shit, that was nasty, Tez. Like, he has that ability. We'll kind of see if he can blend it all together. There's a few guys out there. Torrey Horton has been a favorite of mine. I was hoping he was going to come out this year. Right. I was like, man, Torrey Horton would make a great pick for an NFL team in like the 3rd, 4th round if you could nab him. And then I'm going to walk away with all the Torrey Horton I could possibly get on my teams. He's going to go back this year. I imagine he's going to dominate in a shittier conference just like he did last year. Still going to keep putting stuff on film. Maybe he works his way into a 2nd-round NFL draft pick too. So maybe going back was good for him. But Torrey Horton is kind of nice with it. Xavier Restrepo now with Cam Ward throwing him the football. Kind of interesting.
100 catches this year.
Really is. Jeremy Bernard going from Washington as like the 5th guy, really, there in Washington, to now being one of the most prominent featured players at Alabama, following his coach. Very, very dynamic with the football in his hand. So I'm interested to see what Jeremy Bernard can do this upcoming year. And Barryon Brown, Dane Key. Most people like Barryon Brown. His acceleration is fucking stupid. It is just so good. But Dane Key is kind of that underrated, like, hey, don't fucking forget about me here too. Like I'm a big part of why this offense is going. Dane Key kind of feels like that kind of guy who go back to school though for one more year. Like really does. But if Kentucky comes out and they surprise some people, Dane Key's a part of it. You could see him enter the draft too. So there's a few wide receivers in this class, kind of like 23. 23 wasn't the greatest wide receiver class in all truthfulness. The NFL told you that when they didn't take one until the 20s. Right? So they're like, fuck it. So
I mean, they took Olave and Jameson Williams and all them guys before, like, what was like round, like pick 12 and 15.
Yeah.
Yep.
The year before, that was
Traylon Burks win early. I mean, that's another conversation. But
here's the thing about Travis Hunter too. Like, I really hope, Fizz, you and I took him in there. We kind of just put our nuts on the table, man. One, I get the college production in C2C.
That's what I'm going to say. Yeah, Hunter. Yeah, let's be going.
I'm like 50, 51, 49. Travis Hunter plays wide receiver in the NFL, but I get it. He is a great, great cornerback. What I've seen from him at wide receiver, I think last year surprised the shit out of me because I was like, oh, it's a nice story. He's a two-way player. Oh, look at the first game. He did all right. And then he actually came out, and it's like that offense fucking blew ass when Travis Hunter was not on the field. When he took that shot in that Colorado State game, that offense was not the same without Travis Hunter on the field. So when he's out there playing wide receiver, that's a different offense. He is fucking really good at playing wide receiver, and I think he's better at playing wide receiver than cornerback. Minority opinion here from me, but I'd like to see Travis Hunter just, come on, man. Travis, you seen these wide receiver contracts now? We don't see these cornerbacks getting fucking $35 million a year, all right? Wide receivers are getting $35 million, and they got their own Netflix show. We ain't got a show called cornerback.
No.
We got a show called wide receiver, Travis.
I think it's going to come down to the coaching, though. I think it's going to be whatever the coaches want him to be. I think he can play both, but what are they going to push him to be? Because he's going to have to take a break. He's going to have to take a break from one. He can't play both.
He's good enough. He's good enough at both. He's good enough at both that it don't matter what the coaches want him to do. It's what Travis wants to do.
What I'm just saying, he can't play both for the whole year. He got to take.
Oh, he ain't doing that.
I think it depends on what do you want to be. But he can play both though. I like him for what he does on both sides. Like you said, when he wasn't playing receiver, man, that offense was trash, bro. So I kind of feel like he can play both sides. It's to me, it depends on what do you want to be. And I think cornerback will get him drafted higher because we have a lot of receivers out there that I don't think he's better than a lot of the receivers that's out there. But what do you want to be, man? I mean, Dion saying that he wanted him to play both. He want to teach him as the number one receiver, the number one cornerback. So I don't know, man. I like me some Travis Hunter, man. Colorado's hard to root against because Prime and the whole prestige of that team, but I don't think he will be on this list as far as the guys that we're talking about drafting, like in the first round, let's just say, a dynasty league. It'd be kind of tough to see. Like, what do you see a team drafting him a receiver? I don't see it, honestly.
I could see it if he came out this year, right? Mind you, he missed 3.5 games, essentially, last year. Still played the most snaps out of anybody, was being used all over the field. So his offensive numbers are going to suffer just inherently. One, from the missed time. Two, you're out there playing 110 fucking snaps a game. Like, at some point, you need a breather, right? Sometime you're going to take play off. It didn't really seem to affect him that much. He still put up really good numbers playing both sides.
He did.
If maybe that shifts just a little bit where they're using him more efficiently, like they're using him in packages where it's like, all right, we don't fucking need you out here on first down from our own 20 right away.
We're running an inside draw. We don't need you out there, Travis.
Yeah, like we're going to work you in the receiver rotation and not keep you on the field the whole entire time of the game. And they use him more strategically. Travis Hunter could come out and put up over 1,000 yards just receiving and just be ridiculously efficient. Now, I watch this guy go out there and run routes, and he doesn't look unnatural. It doesn't look like, oh, I'm a cornerback playing wide receiver.
Yeah, he don't like
if you didn't tell me that the fucking guy played cornerback too, I'd be like, this is a fucking nice receiver here, man.
Oh, yeah.
Guy's got great ball skills. He's got elite quickness. He's got great change of direction. He's dynamic with the ball after the catch. And he's got size. It's not like he's an undersized guy. I mean, he's 6'1", like 210. This dude is put together. There's no reason.
Devin Hester with the Bears, man, they wanted him to play both sides, and he was more of a kick return guy, but he played a little bit of receiver too, man. And that's pretty much what Travis Hunter is doing right now, in a sense.
The way he goes out and plays wide receiver really reminds me a lot of the way Garrett Wilson played wide receiver, where it's like, okay, I can see you can run routes. You can also high point the football. And you're physical as fuck. Like, you're not a prima donna. You're willing to, like, put your shoulder pad into somebody and fuck them up. So, Travis Hunter, man, I think if he really wanted to play wide receiver, he could be a first-round wide receiver, and he could be in that conversation. Now, we'll have to see how the Colorado season plays out, how much wide receiver he plays, what kind of progress he made. But I don't think he's going to reach Luther Burden, Tet McMillan, Emeka Egbuka, but if Travis Hunter was drafted in the first round at pick 20 by a team at wide receiver, wouldn't be fucking shocked at all.
Travis Hunter, to me. Oh, no, go ahead, finish.
And I mean, this is the face of the NCAA football video game. They list that motherfucker at wide receiver. You don't think they called him and be like, Travis, which position do you want?
Yeah,
like, you're the face of our game helping to sell this thing.
And it's fun, man. Why not take the guy, man? If he can play both sides of the field, if you're a losing team, let's just say, right, and you take him, I mean, let's just say the Raiders.
He's going to sell tickets. He's going to sell tickets.
Let's say the Raiders, right? We're talking about a franchise that can literally take Shedeur and Travis Hunter. Say Travis falls to the second or whatever the case. Why not take him, man? I mean, he can play both sides. He's athletic. He can get you everything you need on the offensive side, and you can put him at defense. He's a cheat code, man. Those guys are generational. I know we was talking about generational talents. This guy's generational enough to for a team to just reach on and to see what we can do, man. If you really a coach and you think you can make a guy play better than what you think he is, why not take him? So I love Travis Hunter, man, for both sides of the field. And I don't know what he's going to be listed on his sleeper because, sleeper, man, I don't know. They're a little janky sometimes with the listen of the players, man. We need some IDP scoring going on with Travis. But what you about to touch on, Matty? I ain't mean to cut you off, bro.
No. I think when you look at Travis Hunter, he's a special player, no doubt about it. It's a tough to see a path where he's a viable, reliable wide receiver in fantasy. But let's look at two things here, two big factors. One, his prospect pedigree. We're talking about like a bona fide 5-star blue chip, one of the best prospects in his entire class that Prime was able to get to go to Jackson State. Prime's going to let him play both ways. Prime's also going to be able to sell the shit out of Travis Hunter come the draft season. If he's healthy and this team's good, like we project, Travis Hunter is going to be a top 12 pick in the NFL, and we might see the first athlete listed in the NFL. Because, listen, we're seeing walls come down every year in all different sports. A two-way player in baseball seemed outrageous. Now look at Shohei Ohtani making $700 million because he can do both. There's a kid that just came out of Florida they're going to play both ways. We saw Taysom Hill become this jack of all trades. Coaches are going to let these football players play football. And as long as he can handle it, as long as he's special, and he is, this is the type of kid that gets taken in the top 12 because an NFL franchise realizes how special he could be on both sides, where you could focus at corner or receiver wherever he decides, like you guys said, but then you sprinkle in the other side, and he's just a fucking playmaker. And that's what you need when you're looking, you got to have it 3rd and 8, whichever side of the ball, you throw Travis Hunter out there, he's going to be able to make a play, whether it be hauling it in for a first down or shutting down the opposing receiver. He's that good.
And Matty, I don't mean to cut you off, but I like exactly what you said. Prime is going to sell the shit out of him.
Oh, hell yeah.
He is going to have
calls him
him
his
on,
son.
He's going to have
Coach
him
Prime,
on like every billboard, like get him at, if you don't take it, he going to basically make you feel like if you don't take him at 102 behind Shador, you a bad franchise. Like you don't know what you're doing. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying he's going to go 102, but I'm with you though. He's going to put him in prime position to be the guy that y'all need on your team. And I don't see him slipping out of the first round. And if he does, it's going to be pick 201 on day 2, man. It's no question.
And that'll be the steal of the draft, probably.
It's still and everybody gonna be talking about it. They're gonna be tweeting about it, making commercials about it. He's a fun guy to have, man. I just pray for a safe season, no injuries, and regardless of their record, man, Travis Hunter is fun to look at, man. He's a fun guy to watch, and I'm rooting for him, man. I love me some Travis Hunter, man.
Must watch TV, man.
And look, they made me watch Colorado State.
They made me stay up till like 1 in the morning, Central Time. That was like 2 for you East Coast folks.
Bro,
like,
listen, that game was like 3 overtimes, and I forgot what game it was that they played. It might have been that game, and I had turned the game off because they was winning, and then the teammate came back, and I'm like, hold on, they in overtime?
Dallin Holker went berserk,
bro. Look, I was just about to touch on him. Mike, no, I love me some Cal Holker. Cal Holker, bro, went off, and I didn't even know who the guy was until now. I got him on like 3-4 teams now. So shout out to Cal Holker, but shout out to Colorado for making us watch football for teams that we probably never would have watched before, man. I love what Prime is doing. I'm pretty sure the networks love what he's doing. And Travis Hunter, man, he's one of those guys that we didn't have on a tier that can change the game for both sides, man. So I love that.
It's a good time, man. 2025 draft class, Matty. I'm gonna go play with all these guys here in a few minutes.
See, now NCAA is gonna change the game because everyone. Now you have 2 avenues to get to know these players, or 3 technically. You could just watch college football, play NCAA, or if you do Devi or C2C. Now you have all of this. You have all these places, all these avenues to get these guys on your radar early and get to know who they are, get to know how they play, you get to watch them kind of do it. But it's also, I think as the Dynasty game develops, those first round picks are going to start getting a little bit more chunky. Little second round picks can get more chunky because once everyone's Mel Kiper, everyone's going on picks.
Nah.
Well, here's the thing: some people just don't want to deal with college too. Like they feel they got too much. Right. That's fine if you want to, but as Dynasty and more people get smarter and get into it, like. I love me Dynasty, and I want to stay ahead of my league mates as much as possible. And You kind of saw it sometimes with these past couple years, right? We've seen some guys who have been in the college space doing Devi and that kind of stuff, really diving into the college game. There's still players that slip through the cracks in dynasty leagues that you're like, oh man, yeah, I know about Elijah Mitchell. And you see what you can get out of Elijah Mitchell for a year. I know about James Robinson. See what you can get out of James Robinson for a year. Puka Nacua last year, right? There's a reason there was only a handful of people beating the Puka Nacua drum this time last year. And even me, who like watches, I'm like, nah, man, 5th round pick, who gives a fuck?
I think some of that would
a 5.740.
Senior Bowl was some of that though. Senior Bowl kind of, yeah.
People go down there and you watch a lot of these players or whatever. You get a little jump start on the rest of your league. You can find values, and in a format that we're always trying to look for that next edge, that one little thing I can get over my league, that one little piece of strategy. Paying attention to the fucking college game whenever you can is paramount. It really is paramount. Even if you don't do Devi or C2C.
And look, even if you don't do Devi or C2C, right, Mike? Play NCAA 25, bro.
There you go.
Learn your draft through the game. Like, that is no other way than to say, like, you got 5, 6, 7 different options to cheat in your dynasty league next year. And just playing the game and having fun instead of watching the game on Saturdays is even more fun. So play the game, man. I've been studying rosters and looking at different teams. And I know you touched on earlier playing with South Carolina and all these different teams, man. So if you don't want to study and watch film and look at these shows, play the game, man. You know, the same rosters that we speaking on are in this video game, man. Just, you know, have fun while you're studying. You know what I'm saying? So,
and the names are out there now. Remember in 14, we had the Google figure it out.
Exactly.
True story. Hand to God. I was super excited when the Patriots took Rob Gronkowski, and I grabbed him everywhere I could in fantasy. This is before, you know, I really got into dynasty and stuff like that, but I grabbed him at the end of the draft because number 47, sure hands on Arizona. I'm an Arizona Wildcats guy.
Okay.
So I was playing with Arizona, and I was like, dude, who's this tight end? He catches everything. He's a freaking monster. Sure as shit, it was Rob Gronkowski. So you're 100% right. Play this damn game. And learn the names.
Yeah, man.
These rankings aren't perfect adjustments to real life, but they're 100%. Ranked for a reason.
100%. Go ahead, Mike.
One time
I was going to say, Matty, you got it.
Yeah, one time I won an argument with a buddy about Kobe Bryant. We were talking about, is he a good three-point shooter? And I said, he's got the three-point attribute in 2K. And they were like, yeah, fair enough. I guess he's a three-point shooter.
He got the badge, right?
You know, he had the badge. I mean, it is what it is.
Fair enough. He's got the badge. I love it. No, I was going to say too, Matty, I've done that before. Like, one of my biggest hits in my home league was taking Maurice Jones-Drew in his rookie year because I played with him on fucking college football video game. And I'm like, who's this little bowling ball out of fucking UCLA? This fucking guy's fast, dynamic. Yeah. He's like 5'6", but weighs 230 pounds or whatever the fuck Maurice Jones-Drew made. He looked like a bowling ball. Boom. Maurice Jones-Drew, one of the best running backs in the NFL. Love it.
Yeah, man.
The college football game can help you actually win some fucking money. Think of it as an investment. It's an investment.
Yeah. I mean, like I said, especially because it's new, man. It's a game right now that's talked about, rather how good it is or how bad it is. We want to play it. It's new. We waited 10 years to play it again. There's no way you don't have an excuse. If you got that game right now, you should be drafting good in your next league, man. If you got bad picks in your 25 class, you ain't been playing enough of the game, man. So put your what PSN, your Xbox, whatever it is, sign up with the Discord, man. Come get your ass kicked. Me and Mike gonna bust some ass, man. Hey, look, Matty, what you on the game yet, bro? What's up, man?
I gotta get. Me and Mike talked about this yesterday. I gotta get it. I gotta get a system first, so it's like a bigger.
Okay, so listen, Mike gonna have it at the expo, man. So hey, you might gotta get your lickings there. If you don't get it there, then you might say, "Oh, I might not buy this system. I lost about 10 times. I might just retire at the expo." You know what I'm saying? You never know.
Yeah, it's possible. You guys beat me up too bad. I'm like, you know what? I ain't getting this game.
All right, so look, we touched on the running back and even the tight end. I ain't even gonna talk about that and the receiver. So let's get a little bit of the quarterbacks, man, because I know everybody loves the quarterbacks. I know everybody ain't loving the quarterback so much, but let's just speak a little bit on the quarterbacks before we get out of here. And yeah, man, what y'all think about this quarterback class compared? I mean, it's kind of hard to say last year or even 23, because I remember C.J. Stroud, they said take Jahmyr Gibbs over C.J. Stroud in a lot of leagues. Like C.J. Stroud he wasn't as high. Bryce Young was 101 in some leagues, or maybe A. Rich was 101, but it was Bijan and A. Rich mostly. But it was always Bryce Young over C.J. Stroud. I didn't hear too many people screaming C.J. Stroud over Bryce Young. And we saw what Stroud did, man. And his ranking is well higher than what we thought it would be. So compared to this class coming out, man, over the last 2 years, 23 and 24, what we got with these quarterbacks coming out this year in 25?
For me, if I go over the last 2 years, number 1 for fantasy purposes, Anthony Richardson. Number 2, Jaden Daniels. Number 3, Caleb. We'll go Caleb. C.J. Stroud, Bryce Young, Drake May,
Will Levis.
J.J. McCarthy, Will Levis.
Damn. Okay. So
I'm taking all these motherfuckers before I'll even think about taking a 2025 quarterback.
Damn. Okay.
Like for real, I might take Carson Beck before I take Bo Nix out of this class. That's the level you're at.
I say this, Mike. Would the team matter? Let's just say, the Raiders, right? They got Devontae Adams, they got Jacoby Myers. They take a Beck or Shador. Would that help you think that they could be better than Drake May with the Patriots?
No.
Okay.
They're not in the same realm of talent.
Okay.
At all. Regardless of situation, Drake May is a far superior prospect than Carson Beck, Shador Sanders, Quinn Ewers, name whoever the hell it is in the 25 class. Like they are worse of a prospect than J.J. McCarthy, who I had a lot of reservations about. Bo Nix is probably the cutoff point. I'll take Michael Penix before I'll take any of those guys too.
So if you a quarterback needy team in 25, man, just move back.
You fucked.
Trade the pick.
Yeah, you fucked. Yeah.
You should have got him this year.
Okay, that's what I like to hear. That's why I'm here, man. Go ahead, Matty. Go ahead, preach to the choir, man.
I mean, I love this quarterback class for college. I think it's going to be very exciting in terms of the games played with the new college playoff format. There's going to be a lot of fun quarterbacks in college. The prospect profiles, though, are a bit shaky. We will see 2 or 3 guys go in the first round. I do believe that wholeheartedly, especially with Shador. Yeah, with Shador, if he plays well, he's a lock in the first round. And there are good players in good situations that will warrant first round consideration, potentially Quinn Ewers, potentially Jackson Dart. Cam Ward seems to be like a dark horse for Heisman. Cam Ward also seems to be that player. Well, I would maybe not even just Cam Ward and Dylan Gabriel, because 24 set a bit of a precedent where these 5th, 6th round quarterbacks of these 5th, 6th year quarterbacks can ascend up the ranks. Now, you can make the argument that Penix and Nix probably weren't first round caliber, but they got pushed up into the top 12 because of the nature of the class. But that vacuum will be there because there are still a bunch of QB needy teams in the NFL. Like the Raiders were completely boxed out, and there are a number of other teams. The Seahawks will be sniffing around.
Maybe the Giants, right? Maybe the Giants.
The Rams are not far off from sniffing around quarterbacks. There's enough QB needy teams that we see some Saints there that go in the first round. Having said that, Kenny fucking Pickett went in the first round. So I'm not saying that because 2 or 3 go in the first round, that 2 or 3 are worth it in fantasy. I'm with Mike wholeheartedly. I'm taking basically everyone over these last 2 classes. And I think there are arguments to be made that Bo Nix should be taken because he went to the nuts landing spot. And if you have a fringe prospect who goes to a fringe landing spot, fuck it, don't want it at all. At least Bo Nix went to the coach, to the system, to the situation where he can be successful for us in fantasy. But one guy I do want to talk about briefly, a player that isn't on the radar at all, but he has all the characteristics to ascend in a massive way. Will Howard at Ohio State. He's massive. He's athletic. He's got a big arm, but he's a big ball of clay. We don't know what it's going to be. But if he comes in and he looks dialed for the Buckeyes with all those weapons, he could be one of those sneaky first-round picks because he's got that Josh Allen size. He plays like a cowboy. And when you're talking about, from the 6-7 yard line to the end zone, there may not be a better college quarterback in the game today than Will Howard with his RPO abilities and his put the shoulder pads down and truck a motherfucker type abilities. So I do see him being one of those guys that could ascend to the first round. But having said that, the prospect profile doesn't match up over the course of their careers. Because even J.J. McCarthy is the highest graded quarterback to ever come out of Illinois. People act like he was a dink and dunk kind of, pick yourself up by your bootstraps and a tough kid. And yeah, he has those characters, but this kid was the highest recruit quarterback that Michigan had under Harbaugh. Like, this kid was bred to be a first round pick. He was there.
Yeah.
So I don't see any of that. And then you look at some of the Noah Beck, he's accurate, but he's a Georgia quarterback. He kind of just survives in that system. You got guys like Noah Fafita, who's electric, but he's 5'2". Don't see him really emerging as somebody who kind of gets that first round consideration. Cade Klubnik, Drew Aller, these guys have fallen off, and they were former 5-star kids. So it's exciting for college. It's great for NCAA football at 25, the video game. But yeah, I'm with Mike. I'm not excited about it for fantasy.
Right.
Go ahead, Mike. I know you got. Yeah,
I hate Will Howard. I fucking hate Will
Why do
Howard.
you hate Will? I mean, I don't love Will Howard. I just think he's exciting. He's exciting.
He's a 2024 version of Colin Klein, who used to play at fucking Kansas State. Like, that's really what it is, right?
I mean, Skylar Thompson, another big kid that came out of
Kansas
State, who wasn't anything.
Yeah,
so it's possible. But the fact that he's now at OSU and he's got
weapons. He's got a shit ton of weapons. Yeah.
He's very exciting. But if he stayed at Kansas State, no, he wouldn't even be on the radar.
Like, he gets love, but then nobody really pays attention to KJ Jefferson, for example. And I'm like, what's the difference between the two? I think KJ Jefferson's actually a better quarterback and more athletic. But
I thought KJ last year. KJ was good last year. I loved KJ this time last year. I called him Cadillac Jalen Hurts because he was just a beefier version.
Yes.
But then he kind of fell off.
Yeah, he did. Well, that whole Arkansas team did. There's some interesting guys, right? You brought up Cam Ward. I'm a Cam Ward fan. It'll be interesting to see if he can overcome the quarterback killer out there with Mario Cristobal in Miami.
Yeah.
That's a bad nickname to have. but that whole Miami team is going to be interesting. Garrett Nussmeier, Connor Wegman, like, these guys are kind of intriguing. And I'm with you, Matty. At least I'm doing it from like where I am now because nobody's emerged. I mean, Michael Penix, Bo Nix, like these guys, J.J. McCarthy, etc. These guys weren't at this time last year. Jaden Daniels, they weren't first-round quarterbacks projected. But where we are right now, when I look at the class, I go, I don't know, maybe Sanders, maybe Carson Beck, maybe Quinn Ewers, maybe Jalen Milroe, maybe Alar comes back and like has a – maybe the guys have some tools so they can do it. But also if it just stayed status quo, it's like, all these guys kind of stink. Like, these are all like Kenny Pickett level first round picks at best. Yeah. So, but we could be surprised. But if you're planning now, like, I feel much better about if I got my quarterbacks in 2024 with the NFL draft capital, with how their teams are set up, than I do like, well, maybe next year. No, I'm not going to play the maybe next year with these guys because I don't think they're good enough at this point right now to do the maybe next year.
Mm-hmm.
Brady Cook. Brady Cook's another one.
Yeah, he's got size,
Missouri
big
kid.
arm.
Yeah, I mean, so as far as the 25 class, what do you guys think is the strong point? I know you guys aren't filling the quarterbacks, but I know the receivers to me are kind of like like you can go like 4 or 5 guys that are just like the strongest boom. But I feel like the running back is deeper. So when I say like strong point, I mean like where you can go longevity with the class. What is your position of need if you had to go, pass on 24 and 25? I'm gonna replace that situation.
Impact receivers at the top and running back depth. And for me, I play this general thing where tight ends don't matter. But I'm telling you, this tight end class next year is far superior to the one that we just saw. Yeah. It was Brock Bowers and a bunch of shit that got pushed up. I know people like Ben Sinnott, Jatavian Sanders was not it. Like, the rest of the tight ends are just doo-doo ass. Brock Bowers was good and fine. This tight end class is like what you think of real tight ends. You don't have to do a whole lot of mental gymnastics to figure out that these tight ends are going to come in and going to play on the field, and they don't need to be schemed open. They don't need to play in the slot. These are the fucking historical inline tight ends, these Dallas Goedert types where it's like you cannot keep them off the field because they can block, they can catch, and they can run routes. So every fucking one of them, Colson Loveland, Luke Lachey, Mitchell Evans, I mean, there's a deep set of tight ends at this class that are, I'd take every single one of them before I even sniff a Ben Sinnott.
I agree with that. And I think when you're looking at the wide receivers and running backs, it's almost like it's going to be the yin and the yang. It's going to be very top heavy at running back, at wide receiver next year, but only probably. I mean, there's a world where we only really sniff around 2 or 3 wide receivers in our first rounds of rookie drafts: Egbuka, Ted McMillan, and Luther Burden. And then after that, you just see a smattering of running backs, and then you sprinkle in if there's 2 or 3 running quarterbacks, and then the tight ends.
So do I hear multiple running backs being drafted in this class, man? In the first round, I mean, in the first round
of your rookie draft,
yeah.
For sure.
Yeah, so I like to hear, man, because I feel like the running back position, bro. I mean, you know, Bijan and Gibbs. You had Brees and Kenneth Walker, but it's like other than those 2 classes, man, we don't really respect the running back position. So I like hearing that it could be possibly 3 to 4 running backs in one class, man, because I think we're losing out on the running back position a lot these days. So
you know what it really reminds me of? It reminds me of the 2020 Dynasty rookie running back class, where you might not have that first round guy that separates himself, the Bijan or the Jahmyr Gibbs, but you look through round 2 and round 3 of the NFL draft, and all these guys, there's like 6 of them, 7 of them that all went to really good landing spots. You're like, fuck yeah. I know in 2020, Clyde Edwards-Helaire got pushed up because he was the first running back taken, and it was the Chiefs, and everybody jerked off and made a mistake about it. Yeah. but the rest of them, right? Dobbins, Swift, Akers, like all these fucking Jonathan Taylor.
Moss is still in the league.
A.J. Dillon, still in the fucking league, right? Like a lot of these running backs that went later on in that class too. But the second and the third round kind of guys, those day 2 guys, you went, oh shit, yeah. And we had those arguments like who's in the better landing spot, Cam Akers or J.K. Dobbins or Swift or Jonathan Taylor. You're going to have kind of that dealer's choice. And for a while there, that 2020 class was the shit at running back there. And then injuries took over and a lot of bad shit happened to a lot of them. But this upcoming class, you know, barring injury, is like, man, this is kind of like the feels I had in 2020 back with these running backs coming in, where it's there's so many good ones. I'm good with any of them. And a lot of guys you're going to want to take in your first round, right? Because after probably 3 or 4 receivers go, maybe 1 or 2 quarterbacks, and maybe a tight end in the first round, it's like, fuck, man, just give me these running backs. Give me running backs. There's nothing else. Give me all the running backs.
I like that, bro. I'm enjoying this running back class, man. That's my biggest. I feel like the receivers we talk about so much, bro. Every year, the receiver, quarterback. I'm just glad we speaking on running backs coming back to the league, and you know, we enjoying them on draft day, man. Because we talk about that position so little every single draft. There's one guy. I think Najee Harris was like, you know, the only guy we spoke about in his draft. And it just gets to the point where it's like, man, does a running back even matter? You know what I'm saying? So I'm loving this running back talk that we having, man. So before we get out of here, man, let's have a 12-team mock draft, man, of this 2025 class, man. How y'all feeling about that?
Let's go.
I hate it.
We're gonna do super flex though. Super flex. I know you don't care about the quarterbacks, but they matter in the super flex, right? So Matty, man, look, it's your first appearance, brother. You gonna get the 1, might get the 2. I'm gonna go with 3, bro. So we gonna go like that. We're gonna go 12 picks, and I'm gonna head it back to back on the first round. So go ahead, Matty. It's on you.
All right, given the super flex format, I am going to go Shadur Sanders because he's going to get that first round draft capital. He's going to be hyped up. So in a very QB light class, give me the Shadur Sanders off the.
So quarterbacks matter this year, huh?
I'm going to go with it.
Cool.
Thank God. Thank God Matty went that way.
I know Mike wasn't thinking about quarterbacks.
Thank you, Matty. Luther Burden. I'm running to the podium. Luther Burden.
Damn, I was hoping you wasn't going to do it, Mike. Well, I got a back-to-back, man. So I guess kind of is a little cheat code. but I'm gonna go Carson Beck, and I'm gonna go with my guy, man. I know this might be a little bit of a reach, but I'm going Travion Henderson, man. I'm gonna go RB 104, 104,
Son
man.
of a bitch.
Oh, I fucking killed this league. Ted McMillan, runner of the podium.
Okay, all right,
Yeah,
Mike.
that's
Look, I know
good.
I was going to go
Yeah.
McMillan, man, but
I was hoping maybe he slid.
I've been hyping up the running back class so much that I can't not take one. So I went running back, and Mike went Trey McMillan, to Terry and McMillan. So what you got? What you got, Matty?
So I'm gonna go Ollie Gordon the second, and then I'm gonna go Emeka Egbuka.
Damn. Okay, you know Ollie was my guy, man, and Buka, that was a nice pick, bro. I like that one. Damn. Okay.
All right, now I got another one.
No, is it?
It's me. Like, you wait your turn back to back over.
Okay, my bad.
Try to sneak one in.
My bad.
Try to sneak one in here.
Hey, let me cheat right quick.
All right, I like this guy. You know, if there wasn't so many more running backs available, I'd go running back here. But I'm gonna get the last wide receiver that I feel really good about, Evan Stewart. 3 wide receivers, right?
Damn,
Luther
Mike,
Burden,
okay.
Ted McMillan, Evan Stewart. I like this draft.
Yeah, nah, you doing your thing, man. Well, since it's quarterbacks, I'm gonna go Quentin Ewers, man. You know, I honestly don't know if Dak Prescott gets signs in that, but I think the Cowboys are going to get Quentin Ewers, man, out of nowhere. That's just my thing. I'm not sure if it's even gonna happen, but I'm gonna go Quentin Ewers on this one. And my next pick, it's tough. Let me go. I'm go running back again, man. Let me go. You went Evan Stewart, right, Mike?
Yeah. Yep.
Okay. All right. Yeah. So I guess I'm gonna go running back, and I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go Quinshawn Junkins, man. I'm gonna go Junkins on this one.
Damn.
Yeah, I didn't got.
I know. I was gonna sign the fuck off if we let this guy get all.
Yeah. I gotta go Junkins, man. Yeah, I gotta go Junkins on this one, man. So you gonna go Junkins for me, man.
All right, we good then.
What pick we at now?
This will be 11. Maddie's 12. Pick 11. Pick 11. I'm gonna go. Man, I got 3 guys that I all like right here at running back, and I have a tough time deciding. So I'm just gonna go. I'm gonna go with my heart. Nick Singleton, welcome back. All right, this is your rebound year, Nick Singleton.
So I'm gonna wrap this up here. I only get one, right? We're not wrapping this back around.
You get one.
Then I'm going to Marion Hampton. Love Marion Hampton, but I would have
on
loved the
list.
double tap with Ashton Ginty right after that. But
yeah, if you didn't, yeah, I love that one, man. Ashton GT, Marion Hampton, and fucking Nick Singleton. Where I was like, oh, which one do I want?
No Damian Martinez mentioned, no Jaden Ott mentioned. I mean, this running back class is going to be
Donovan Edwards, Katron Allen, Rocket Sanders.
Yeah, bro. I like knowing that we got these running backs coming out, man, because I feel like the running back disrespect is real, and I know it's real in the NFL. So we kind of got to go with what the NFL is telling us. It's not like we just making this up, right? If running backs were a thing, we would take them as a thing, but the NFL doesn't respect them, so we kind of got to go how we go. But I just like knowing that this class should change a little bit of what's going on in the league at running back. So I like what I took at running back.
Little bold.
But I think in the tight end premium, let's say a 2-point tight end premium. Would anybody have taken a tight end at the 112, 111 maybe?
I would have took Lachey over Evan Stewart.
Yeah.
Okay.
Lachey would have been nasty there for sure.
Yeah.
In that big of a tight end premium, yeah.
I mean, I ain't want to go 0.7, so I say 1 point. So 2 points with the premium.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, I would have taken Lachey there. 0.75 maybe, but a full point bonus. Yeah, give me the tight end there.
Okay. All right, man. Well, look, Matty, man. Look, I'm glad you got to join us, man. We spoke on the game earlier. I'm glad that you don't have the game, so we didn't miss you.
Yeah. I was gonna say like I can't. You would see me like this.
Yeah. We ain't miss you on that conversation, bro. But look, before we get out of here, I know Mike is on here every week, man. You got anything you want to speak on, Matty, man, before you get out of here?
No, just be on the lookout. Stuff coming out for South Harmon. Get the solo vid next week. The hurdle. I almost said it, but I'm going to tease it. There's something else, a big announcement coming very, very soon, starting in August. So we got a lot going. I mean, welcome to South Harmon, baby. And then, of course, Canton, Ohio, 2 weeks away.
Hey, listen, if anybody going to the expo, man, look, cancel your hotel room. You can come stay with us at the you a Patreon. You come stay with us, man, at the good old shit school. It's a great time, man. We got a whole menu this year, right, Mike?
We got a big menu.
My boy T-Rock literally has a menu.
Some steak on there. There's seafood. There's carnitas.
Rolls, all types. I was like, damn, hold up, T-Rock.
Huge.
Because I told him, I said, bro, I ain't with the. He said, you eat salmon? I said, yes, I do. He said, okay, I got you, man. So T-Rock got it, man. He got it this year, man.
It's gonna be amazing.
And look, that's my roommate, man. Look, and Matty, listen, you gotta figure out where you staying, bro. Because I already got my room covered. My boy got me. T-Rock said he got me covered. I don't know where you staying, brother, but
kick T-Rock out. I'm bunking with you, Fizz.
I'm on the first floor, man. Look, we ain't on the 7th floor like Greg Olsen and G-Rad and all them boys, but I'm on the first floor.
The 7th floor crew.
We ain't on the 7th floor crew. Man, you know what I'm saying? We ain't the 7th floor crew up in here, man. I don't know, Mike. What you think?
They ain't no 7th floor. You be all right.
Be all right. You can put me where they put me. You can put me in a closet. I don't care.
I was thinking, since Adam, he's got that baby he's got to go back and forth for now. Mm-hmm. Like, maybe I get the master suite this year.
Hey, listen, because Adam had the presidential last time.
Yeah, maybe I get the presidential.
He had a bar in there.
I'm sticking in yours.
I mean, no.
It's only a king size.
I mean, Rip pretty much is this Rey Mysterio Adams room last year.
That bed's gonna be full. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
No room.
Rip
no
jumped
vacancy.
off the bed, broke Adam's ankle. I mean, that room was WrestleMania, man. So
it was.
Yeah, we might have to get Mike. I ain't gonna lie. You the MVP, man, of the company, bro. You on everybody's show, bro. You're here every Friday. I'm glad my boy Matty got on, man. But Mike is. You might have earned that presidential suite, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Oh, easy.
Corey be sad because he was my roommate last year, but you'll find another one. You'll move on.
You kick Cooper out of his room, so technically, I mean,
I stole multiple rooms last year. Stole multiple rooms.
That's what I'm saying, man. So I mean, technically, I guess you get whatever room you want, man. You'll be there before most people anyway, right? So
that's right.
Look, if you sign up and join the expo and come stay with us, you can stay Monday through Sunday. There's no cutoff on how long you can stay. So it's really up to you. Just pay for your room and you're welcome as long as you want. I'll be there Thursday, Wednesday night, and a Thursday morning. When you coming, Matty?
Tuesday. So I'm taking your room.
Oh, damn. You already got my spot. Damn, son. Where'd you find this? I'm going to walk in the room.
Tuesday afternoon. I'm booking my flight this fucking weekend.
My man. I'm driving, man. So I'm going to be tired when I come in there. But
damn, what's that drive?
It's like 6 hours, 15 minutes. So
it's not bad. That's not bad.
I know this. Cooper will be outside drinking wine on the balcony, man, or on the patio when I come out there. That I know. So somebody will be up. Let your boy in the door, man. But,
definitely. We got you.
I'll
be awake.
Well, when I pull up, just know when I pull up, man, Matty, I'm glad you're here. And when I pull up, I'm going to have my windows down. And we will be.
Get him.
We will have
BBL Drizzy. Get him.
I know Drake is your GOAT and all that, Matty, but I think he got a BBL, man. I don't know. What you think?
He can have a BBL. He still makes bangers.
Night, Drake.
They ain't not like us, man.
Tyreek Hill. Deuces.
Before we get up out of here, man, I need that. From everybody up there, man. We're going to get out of these things. Let's go, Matty. Hey, 2025 class, NCAA, hit us up, man. PSN, get your smoke. Me and Mike might be playing tomorrow night. You never know, man. Till then, we out of this thing. Holla at us. Peace.